It's not always clear how often it takes to actually say that we're actually live, so I do this little vamp thing while we wait for it to tell me that we're actually live. Do-da-da-dee-da-da-do. And we are live! Hi, everybody. Let me pop off the chat. And good morning to you, Naniri.
Good morning. Good morning. Well, good night.
Yeah, I guess it's evening for you, isn't it?
Yes.
Let me say hi to everyone. Ray, good to see you, glad to have you. V, good to see you, glad to have you. Daniel, good to see you, glad to have you. Bean, good to see you, glad to have you. Lolly ho. How Lolly done any crimes lately? Ho. If you don't get the reference, watch the MSQ streams. Yep. I jaywalked this morning. Okay, Daniel out here doing crimes. Sarah, good to see you, glad to have you. Demins, good to see you, glad to have you. The boy and the thembo are here.
I appreciate that very much.
So, Naniri, would you like to elucidate to everybody what happened last time?
Oh my god, that's a good question. So, we got our second crystal, I believe, which gave us some more interesting class options. What have we got going on right now? We've got I think we still got White Mage, Warrior, Black Mage, right? And then we've got a Scholar.
Yeah. Yes.
Yes.
V is the Scholar.
Yeah, which turns out is like pretty interesting the way they use items and their sort of Libra capacity. So yeah, that's an interesting class. And then sort of story-wise, you know, a lot of our stuff was around getting the Fire Crystal. We went into a bunch of caves, which is a ubiquitous trend within early Final Fantasy. It seems there's a lot of caves.
Well, don't forget about the Vikings, because we first started off. We went to the Vikings and dealt with the Leviathan thingamabooper.
Yeah, that's right. We put an eye into a statue, and the Leviathan went away because we tried to fight it and got our asses kicked.
Yeah, that was the first example of a Leviathan, really. I mean, I mean, it's still not the like primordial example we'll get in like 4, right? But yeah, so we went through that.
It's almost like a sea serpent type vibe.
Right. We killed Amon in a giant tree.
We did, and I only just realized somehow that I must have forgotten that Amon's outfit is actually not only is Amon's name from this, but his outfit is also from this.
Yes. And Desh threw himself into
Fire.
A fiery forge. So we lost Desh. We basically been going through that. We unlocked the flying airship and also the world below, so now we can descend there. So now we're also exploring around the world. Before we do that, though, I want to point out something that I think I might have noticed at the end of last stream, but I wanted to point it out here, too. Clockwork, good to see you, glad to have you. But when you go into this town, the town of Geisel, if you know Geisel Greens.
Of course.
You can buy the greens here. So the greens from Geisel.
Oh, is this?
And then that stuck around.
Huh. That's crazy.
Yeah.
I wonder what the etymology on Geisel is.
I've tried looking into it once. I don't think I found anything. But it's so funny that this one random village in FF3's name ends up sticking around for the entirety of the series.
Oh, apparently this is also the backing of this town. The backing music of this town is Geisel Green's the actual song.
Oh, there you go.
Huh, that's pretty cool though. It's interesting how Geisel Greens change as well, because in this game they're like turnips.
Right.
And then
you see
obviously
them over here.
Right, and then they become like leaves and like more, I guess, greens. You know, they become greens.
I feel like that's been true at least since around 10-ish, if not later. Like, it definitely kind of stays that way.
Yeah.
I wonder if it was just because it was harder to depict greens?
I wonder what the name of Geisel Greens is in Japanese, the original name. Like, is it Geisel? Oh, apparently in some translation they're called carrots.
Oh, interesting. Here, I'm going to pull up Garland Tools to... Because I bet you it's like Geisel Green.
The apparently the romanization is Gisaru no Yasai.
Oh, so it's literally like vegetable. Literally Geisel vegetable.
Okay, that would make a lot more sense. And then I guess maybe
which would explain
the translation
Yeah.
changed the original, that would be cool.
Yeah, let me look at what it is in 14. It is Gaiseru no. I think that's. I know that's a different kanji. What is that? Why won't you let me copy paste?
Oh, so in 7 there's still like a carrot.
In 7 they are still like a carrot? Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting. I wonder why the change then.
Yeah.
Geez,
It seems like in 9 they're leaves though.
I wonder if they just made it vegetable and they just kept changing it around, but now the like vegetables like sort of look as stuck.
Yeah, I feel like in 14 they're very like cabbagey.
Yeah, they're very, very cabbagey, definitely. And that, I guess in my mind, that's what I always saw, because like in 10, I'm pretty sure they're very leafy.
Yeah, I've always heard of them as leafy. In 14, Daniel, I think humans can eat them, but they're too bitter to be like enjoyed.
Yes, they are very, very, very bitter, but they are edible. Yukio, good to glad to have you.
Oh man, I love Brussels sprouts, V. I used to hate them, but then ever since I got away from the English way of cooking them, the British way of cooking them, I now love them very much.
Shall we leave the world for the water world below?
Yeah, let's go to the world below.
It's interesting also like the interest in like floating realms and worlds that is a repeated motif in Final Fantasy. I feel like the more I replay Final Fantasies, the more I look to things that I'm like, I never thought about them that way, but these reoccurring ideas are like really prevalent.
Yeah, I've always had this conceptualization of Final Fantasy as a series of legacy and of sort of influence in that regard, but I definitely think that it's almost more profound in how we see it now.
I mean, I guess the more steps in the process too, the easier it is to look at that legacy because it's longer and longer.
Right, exactly. Yeah, 100%. Yeah, if you like pan-sear them, oh my god, so good.
Yeah, I one of my partners really loves Brussels sprouts and keeps trying to convince me to get into them, and I'm like, I'm good.
You got to pan-sear them with some bacon.
Okay, you know what? I could get behind that. That does sound pretty good. Raven, good to glad to have you. Okay, well at least you're getting a doctor's visit. That's good. I know you need it. You do with the checkup with all the coughing. Yeah, you PvP that, Yukio. Fantasy in general has a lot of floating cities. That's true. Forgotten Realms and D&D. I mean, you're not wrong, right? Like maybe the root inspiration there comes from the same place, but I feel like the specificity of floating islands was not as pervasive in the pop cultural milieu of fantasy during the this time. Not that it wasn't existent, but like at least like partly maybe in part because of like how much I think Tolkien was still defining what the like pop culture thought on fantasy was.
I also think that 3 predates Netheril by like half a decade, so
we looked at it last time, right? Not Laputa came out slightly like a year before this or something, right?
Yeah, of course.
So I definitely think that had an effect on it.
I wonder how much the mere existence of the and sort of the abstraction of the idea of the floating world culture in Japan might have like obviously that's not
definitely
what that means, but I wonder if maybe some people took that and ran with it.
Definitely. Well, and the idea of sanctuary cities beneath the sea or above the skies exist in some different ways. I mean, that's like where we get something like Tamamizu, right? Is literally comes from basically Shinto folktale.
Yeah.
But the thing, so they made a comment recently about 16 about like how like just like a slight hint towards like progenitor civilizations that existed long before, and I don't know why, but it gave me some very serious Alag meets Ferrum Azula vibes, because there were like fallen debris of technology from the sky. So I wouldn't be surprised if we saw another floating city of some kind.
Yeah, 16. For sure, right? Or at least some kind of like an alternate dimension that can be accessed in the sky, or something like that. There's going to be something.
Yeah.
Like that.
Well, it is also made by the people who did FF3 and written by the guy who did Heaven's Word, and we know he likes his things above the clouds.
I do wonder how much of it can be traced back to Laputa from Gulliver's Travels.
Yeah. Okay. Most of the old world is underwater after that huge earthquake. I was on a boat at the time, luckily enough. I saved that young lady as she was clinging to a piece of driftwood. We're the only survivors as far as I'm aware. Then I will let you do the lady.
Oh my gosh, hold on. I just realized I'm watching the video through the YouTube. I'm not actually watching the stream. Hold on. Oh, that sounded a bit sexual.
Potion?
You know why?
Hey, that worked.
It's because when we're doing VCs, when we're doing like a private chat, it automatically gets me on the stream.
Oh.
Okay. I was like, why isn't the music playing? Okay. Where am I? Who are you? Oh, what is this power I feel within you? Is it light? You must be the warriors who were gifted with the powers of the crystal. Oh, thank goodness you are here. I am Arya, priestess of the Temple of Water.
Oh, wait, she's a blonde named Arya? I wonder if that's the inspiration for Arya from the Red Mage quest.
Does Arya have any...
Huh.
That's interesting.
Well, yeah, we'll pay attention to that. But like, I always thought that because you literally could make a Game of Thrones joke, she was just a Game of Thrones reference. But no, I wonder if that this is where she's referenced to that.
Yeah. What happened? Oh, sorry, that's you.
What happened?
The Earth's power caused that great tremor and buried the water crystal deep underground. Without the water crystal to protect them, the people were turned to stone and sent plummeting into the ocean's depths. Please, take me to the Temple of Water. A shard of the water crystal remains there. If I can return it to the crystal, that might break the curse.
Wait, but if they've plunged beneath the waters and the waters don't separate, wouldn't that be a... Well, okay, well... We're about to do a Wind Waker situation here. But you're injured.
I will be fine. What matters is the fate of the world. Please, I need to get to the Temple of Water.
Okay.
Thank you.
Arya, join the party.
Oh, I bet she's going to be useful. I guess we do meet Arya for the first time on a boat, right, in 14?
Yeah, because of the stowaway stuff. Des, good to see you, glad to have you. And, any vegetables, good slide and butter. Yeah, Yu-Gi-Oh, that's how it goes. Like, God, Laputa is my second favorite Ghibli movie, right behind Spirited Away. Laputa, I don't know that I actually have a top 3, but I really love Mononoke, Nashika, and Laputa.
I love Mononoke. I have a real soft spot for, like, Jomon period history.
Yeah, it's good shit. And also, I don't know about you, but I love that intercession in between the time when, like, some amount of industrialization was coming in. Like, I also love the Meiji period for the similar reasons of, like, those transitional points of technology when the old world and the new world are, well, sometimes shaking hands, sometimes aggressively fighting with each other.
Yeah, well, exactly, and the contrast between those two and how they can coexist. The first Ghibli film I ever saw was actually Ponyo. We went on, like, a class trip.
The first one Wait, really?
Yeah, we went.
So late.
It is late. Yeah, we went on a class trip to watch it. My childhood, like until I was not a teenager. When did Ponyo come out? It came out in
2008 or 2006.
Yeah, I guess I didn't watch anything. But no, that's probably not true. I probably watched Nausicaa before that. But yeah, because my dad showed me Nausicaa.
Nice. I at 4 years old rented Kiki's Delivery Service.
That's a good film to show a 4-year-old.
Yeah, it's just a real good movie. But then Spirited Away in about 2001-ish, I think, hit stateside and was like the first time that really Miyazaki got really popular stateside. So for a lot of people, I think Spirited Away is still not only either their favorite or like means a lot to them. Yeah,
we should show a 4-year-old, like get a bunch of 4-year-olds and show each of them one Ghibli film and then see how traumatized the Grave of the Fireflies kid is. There is a sealed door in the Cave of Tides. With this crystal shard, we should be able to enter. Well, we
did
sure
you catch
were.
a bit out of Niniiri's voice is so smooth he can't help but sound sexy. Did you catch that?
Oh, I got it now. I'm very flattered. I shall have to hide my face behind a fan that I don't have. It's in another room.
Just get you a VTuber avatar.
It's possible, but we've been thinking about it.
The first I saw was Princess Mononoke. I got introduced to them a bit late. I mean, there's no problem getting introduced to them a bit late. But, I mean, like, especially if, like stateside, they really didn't get popular until post-01.
Mononoke. Mononoke might be my favorite Ghibli film, actually.
Is real good.
Yeah.
Imagine going to the New World and our sponsor Tatara and she convinced Carvalhan to transport us there. I mean, I don't think she'd have to. Like, I feel like passage to there through Carvalhan would just be, like, a very... I mean, like, basically that's already what happens, kind of, in Stormblood, but it's also... wouldn't be that weird. Spirited Away was my first Ghibli film, but Howl's Moving Castle is still my favorite. Yeah. I feel like the thing about the Ghibli films is that, like, the ones that speak to you are... It's more telling about personal, like, things that connect to us, right? More so than...
Yeah.
Like the inherent quality.
Yeah, I mean,
I love...
I love Grave of the Fireflies. I just don't think I could, like, watch it often.
Yeah. I always think of Grave of the Fireflies as, like, not Ghibli, because, like... because it's different directors and different but it like Grave of the who did direct it?
Takahata.
Who was it? Yeah. And that's 88? Wait, is that really 88?
Yeah.
Wait, okay, I need to check something now. Movies. There's something I need.
Laputa is really good, Ray. Spirited
Oh,
Away
it
is
is
also
really good. I think Spirited Away is... I think there's a level of refinement. I mean, that, like, it's not his art style, but I think just, like, that was basically the, like, not peak, but like, cell shade animation was at its height of heights, and I feel like there's such a step forward in terms of the crispness of Spirited Away in contrast to the ones that come before. It like set a new standard, or at least for expectations in the West.
Yeah, so there was, I mean, well, absolutely. There was this sort of phase that I went through. I think a lot of anime fans went through it, where like I was like, oh, Spirited Away is too mainstream, right? Too many people in the West know about it. So like, I can't allow myself to like it, but it's like one of the most beautiful films ever made, like visually, not you know, with regard to other stuff as well. But visually, it's incredible.
Mm-hmm. It's so interesting that Princess Mononoke is only 4 years prior to Spirited Away, and yet it, like, the level that there's just like that extra level of crispness in Spirited Away. It's not even like the animation itself, but literally just like the lines and the visuals. I'd be fascinated to like take a look at those. And also they like I mean this is gonna sound in a bad way, but they've been churning these out. They like, you know, they did Nausicaa in 84, Castle in the Sky in 86, Grave of the Fireflies, and My Neighbor Totoro in 88, which was why I was wanting to check the years, because I'm like, they did 2 in 1 year. And then did Kiki Delivery Service in 89.
I feel like they're more recent
directed by-
stuff.
yeah.
Like they've been in a bit of a slump since. I mean, Kaguya was really good, but
Yeah, Earwig and the Witch, The Red Turtle, Where Marine Was, The Tale of Princess Kaguya, The Wind Rises. Wait, is The Secret of Arrietty not classified? I don't know why The Secret of Arrietty isn't here.
it's just called Arrietty.
Oh, Arrietty was 2010. Oh my god.
Yeah, I feel
Wait,
like they've been in a bit of a slump since maybe like 2000, since like Howls maybe.
The slump really begins starting 2013. Like after that, well, I mean 2014 really, because then it starts to be 2 years, and then there's a 4-year gap between The Red Turtle and Earwig and the Witch, and then there's been a 3 years since How Do You Live It.
And I don't love Earwig and the Witch.
I didn't check that one out, so I can't speak to it.
Fair. I'm looking forward to the newest one though.
Yeah, and the newest one's Miyazaki himself, instead of like Goro, or because the last one that was Hayao Miyazaki himself was The Wind Rises. Also, welcome to our Hayao Miyazaki stream. To be fair though, I do think. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say I feel really bad for Goro. Like the stuff that his father, like I love Hayao Miyazaki, of course, but the stuff that his father's putting through, like the way that he treated him, was kind of not great.
Yeah, maybe not entirely surprising. Maybe those with of exacting demands to create great media are not always maybe particularly great parents.
It didn't help that like
Um,
Earthsea was his first film, and that's not a very good film.
yeah. But I do think talking about Miyazaki films here is actually a good diatribe, like good tangent, because I think if you haven't watched them, you should, and the like impact that they clearly had on Japanese pop culture, as well as like things like Final Fantasy, are you definitely can't ignore them. So I think this is it on topic.
Yukio wants to know how we feel about old animes that refuse to die, like Boruto. The fact that Boruto and Naruto are considered old animes makes me feel very old.
Yeah,
but...
I wouldn't. Boruto's not old. I mean, like Boruto's a continuation of Naruto, and Naruto is, I mean, over 20 years old.
Well, don't say that. Well, I'm not a big fan of Boruto. I don't like Boruto very much, but I love One Piece, and that's older than Naruto, so it is what it is, I guess. And I also
Boruto,
love,
like to me,
HXH.
Yeah, Boruto to me is like just I don't hate what it is, but it is a perfect encapsulation of like the worst thing I hate about anime power creep, as well as like not letting things, leave off well enough alone. Because part of the problem is that Naruto decided by the end to be Dragon Ball Z, which then means that your baseline is already so fucked that with your next generation that everything around that just has to be bigger and bigger and bigger. Because my favorite version of Naruto is the one part, earlier on when it's very grounded and much more limited in scale and scope, but the world feels much wider around it.
Right, yeah. I haven't been able to get into like Dragon Ball Z since I mean I've read it up to like the Boo stuff, but I haven't been able to get into it like properly into it since like the original Dragon Ball run. Like Red Ribbon Army is like peak for me.
Yeah. Very different feels for sure. Lady, good to see you, glad to have you. AC, good to see you, glad to have you. I do like Howl's Batman voice and his monster voice, but I do think Spirited Away is one of my favorites. One thing I love about Miyazaki, howdy lady. One thing I love about Miyazaki movies are how they animate the food. Yep. After Miyazaki and Takahata retired, they just didn't have a director with enough talent vision to make the great movies they used to. Yeah, I mean, but to be fair, that may be true for Ghibli, but there are a lot of other like animation studios like Summer Wars director. Like the studio that did Summer Wars, and a lot of the stuff they put out have been all like pretty bangers.
What I watched an animated Japanese film and absolutely adored it this year, but I cannot remember its name. It was in 2020 maybe.
Bell?
No. Oh my god.
The other thing I liked about the studio that did Summer Wars is that they all, like, a lot of their stuff engages with, like, technology in terms of the modern world in some way. Studio Madhouse, thank you, Demins. Yes, that is it. Yeah, Daniel, I'm the same, which is why I don't usually watch the animes. It's why I read the mangas, because the mangas, those fights are done in, like, a chapter.
Yeah, me too. I generally read the manga. I mean, like, there are certain exceptions. Like, I watched the Jujutsu Kaisen anime and stuff like that, and I watched the new Bleach stuff when that came out.
But I think that's partly because of like how the seasons have been working lately for like a lot of animes, that like Jujutsu Kaisen anime doesn't have any filler, really. At least it didn't for the first 2 seasons that I saw. It was just adapt, like, straight up, whereas like the older model required a lot more of like filler and, holding off.
Yeah, no, that's fair. Oh my god. Inuo.
Can I? Oh, yeah. Can I get you to go ahead and read the next line?
Yeah, let's go. Okay. Thank goodness the light has not left this. The light has not yet left this shard completely.
Arya carefully took the crystal shard.
Come, we must take this shard to the cavern north of here. Let's go, Arya.
Huzzah! Hee-ho! But, like, can we just talk about for a second the ambition that they had, like, that entire overworld map that was limited in scope as, like, almost a tutorial part for getting us through the first crystal, well, second crystal, and then now we've left it and the world's starting to expand. I think, like, the pacing for this is such a step up.
Yeah, it is. It's interesting, and it almost feels like the last of these overworlds for a while, because I feel like, this almost feels like a more zoomed out overworld, like a world overworld, if that makes any sense at all, as opposed to like 4, which feels more zoomed in and granular, in how it's presented, and almost more linear as well. Is it morally wrong to send children on a quest to save the world from the forces of evil? I mean, if it's morally wrong, then then 8 has plenty of problems as well.
Well, I feel like 8 does argue, though, that the
does.
moral quadrant culpability is supposed to be very gray and kind of fucked up in 8. Whereas with this, the way I see this is more about these children ultimately are chosen. And they're not, the lengths to which that they're children in this is actually, I feel like, more ambiguous compared to the remake. But, like, I don't know. The thing about, at what point do you give... I think there's a big difference between you send teenagers out while you're able to, but you choose to sacrifice them, versus no one else has this blessing, no one else has this ability, and you'd rather not, but you do send them out. And also, the level to which adulthood... I mean, like Ashitaka, right? Ashitaka's not very old in Princess Mononoke, but has to go out because the situation is as such. They don't, the people of his tribe do not wish for him to go, but it is what is necessary, right?
I mean, that's true. And there's also the fact that in the 2D version, at least, in the 3D one, it's a little more overt, especially with how more personified the characters are. It doesn't really feel like teenage. It just feels like heroes. You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, maybe like youths, but like still youth in a much older sense than a younger end.
Yeah. This door is sealed to prevent outsiders from entering the inner sanctum. It can only be opened by a priestess of the water temple.
Eorzean kneels and murmurs a prayer.
Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done.
The seal on the door dissipated. And God blesses you from above.
Shall we proceed? She just eats like a cracker and drinks a bit of wine. She's doing communion up here.
V, I want to comment on the One Piece thing, but I know it'll get Naniri going, and we have to make some progress today.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah. There's a fair bit of filler, but there's a guide to cut it out. I wouldn't recommend watching One Piece. I like the anime, but the animation in the older parts up until like Zoe doesn't age so super well, and just generally speaking, pacing isn't done super well, especially around like Dressrosa and stuff. So it's better to read it as a manga, 100%.
Well, and trying to get into it's not as bad because there's at least one central volume you can follow in linear order, but the amount of like catch-up involved is
there is, yeah.
Woo!
Yeah. Oh yeah, I did watch Cyberpunk Edge Runners Yukio. I adored it. I thought it was I have never been one for that universe, and I did not like the games much at all. But the anime I thought was pretty good. I liked it.
Turns out execution matters as much or more than concept.
Yeah, it does. It does.
In most fantasy world, teenagers are considered age of consenting adults. When I say children, I do mean children just under the teenager range. So I suppose it's not in morality, but a norm. Yeah, I mean, I guess the thing is, when the context is what matters. If a 12-year-old was granted the blessing to be able to contend with something that nobody else could, like, there just isn't an option. Like, yeah, I would let that child take the course of action that they, like, I would, if they wanted to go and try to take action, I'd let them, because if it's, like, you're talking about the end of the world, right? It's like, they're gonna perish anyways. At least give them the chance to try and chart their own course forward.
Yeah.
That's my take.
And there's also that, this is clearly a medieval, albeit somewhat steampunk world. So, like, a teenager going to war is not actually out of the ordinary, socially speaking.
Mm-hmm. Green is also... Wait, only teenage girls are capable of piloting mechas. Everyone knows that.
Yeah. True. So I watched a bit of... I think I said this the other day. I watched a bit of Gundam, the Witch one, Witcher Mercury. It's pretty good. I didn't stay in it for the long haul, but I quite liked it so far.
Good.
I've never been able to get into Gundam.
Gundam, that's its own.
Yeah.
I feel like.
I tried to watch from the beginning, and I was like, this is a little too dated for me.
Yeah, I do really love. I love the art style, like the I don't even know for a better way, but like techno fetishistic, like the high detailed line art. Clearly, the draftsman, like people who worked in drafting mechanical engineering, working on the Gundam, and so I love that aesthetic. But like,
yes,
I recognize it's.
Yeah, I mean, like all my friends were like froth at the mouth about Arousal and stuff like that. So I was like, I should give it a try. Yes, Gundam Utena. That's a very accurate representation of it. Ray.
Infinite, good to see you. Glad to have you. You know the universe, fate, God, relic, choosing to save the world, that kind of thing. Well, yeah, and then look, if you want to say is God evil for choosing a 12-year-old to be the one to have the weight of the world put on their shoulders, I'll let you choose that. I mean, like I would say, frankly. It depends, right? Is it because there's an actual reason behind it? Or is it just because of, like, why, willy-nilly choosing? Like, I feel like the context greatly changes that.
Right.
Yeah, it reminds me of Inuyasha. I loved it as a kid, but trying to get back to it as an adult is overwhelming. Yeah, I would definitely recommend rereading it. It's definitely less overwhelming than that. Managed to sleep less. Maybe they won't miss the beginning of stream. Well, you can always go back, Infinite. I found One Piece food physics to be weird, like how drinking milk can restore broken teeth in a matter of seconds, or someone losing food weight in minutes just because of extreme exercise. I have some bad news about anime in general.
I do have an in-universe explanation for that, but it's a huge spoiler, so I won't get into that.
The remake sequels, it said that it should be their own story, completely separate from the source material. Trying to think of an example, but got nothing. I think the thing is that, like, if you create something that is, I mean, like, you can create your own. Well, wait here. Let me read that. Like, it should be their own story, completely separate from the source material. I mean, I guess if you put it in the world, you can't inextricably untie it from it. But if you could just like make it its own thing, fresh from the get-go, then yeah.
And there's so much more baggage involved in sequels as an anime thing or a separate series as opposed to like a sequel book or something, which obviously doesn't have to be anything regarding that, but. I'm trying to think of like sequel animes now. I don't think I can think of one that's really delivered.
Well, and I feel like part of the thing is right now we're going through, like culturally, like sequel, spin-off, shared universe-itis, like fatigue, because that's been the norm, and so there's going to be a wave of pushing back against that somewhat. It's not surprising, Our Resident Evil 3 remake of those terrible RE films by Wes Anderson? I don't think it was Wes Anderson. Am I crazy?
No, it was Wes Anderson. It was Mila Kunis's. No, not Mila Kunis. Mila Djokovic's husband.
Djokovic's. Yeah. Resident Evil 3 movie. It's not because Wes Anderson is a very different director. I would love to see a Resident Evil film made by him. I don't think it would be good. Oh my god, I would. Oh, okay. Moonrise Kingdom, but in the style of Resident Evil, is now like that is Paul W.S. Anderson. Yes, there we go. Thank you, Demins.
Yeah, I mean the RE films aren't particularly good. I will give you. Neither was the TV show. I don't like the nepotism involved with Mila Djokovic's casting.
You're right. However, I do enjoy her in those films. I will also say they're not good films. I do think the first one, as like just a horror movie that's not Resident Evil, is actually quite good.
Yeah, the first one is not without its merits, I would say. It's the first one's perfectly fine. Oh, lady, don't get me started on Riverdale. I adore Riverdale. Not because it's good. It's patently not good. But it feels like if Kojima made a TV show.
I love that I knew what your answer was going to be to that before you said anything, which was you love it and not because it's good.
Yes. So I've been the only Let's Player I still watch. I feel like the age of Let's Plays are dead. I say as we do a
as we say as we stream. Yes.
But no, I feel like
ironies
streams are different, right? But yeah,
maybe yeah, I guess.
So yeah, the only Let's Plays I still watch are Chip and Ironicus, or Chip She's MLPs, and they're doing a Kingdom Hearts 1 Let's Play.
Oh, I love Kingdom Hearts 1.
Yeah, so I'm watching it, and it's So I have my issues with Kingdom Hearts, as I think everyone does. Although
Yes.
1 works particularly well as a self-contained game, I think.
Yes.
But I love some of the little moments in it, like Donald and Goofy taking some time to cheer up a kid and saying like the ship runs on smiley faces thing. Like that was such a sweet, and it feels so true to the concept of the characters and of their sort of intent.
Yep. There's a lot of like small moments in 1 that they don't get, because Replicated 1 doesn't know what it necessarily is gonna be in the end, and by 2 and on, it has such a sense of what it's going to be. Even if it's tropes, it doesn't necessarily follow. But like it's smoothed over some of the little like when Sora and Donald feud in Jungle, right?
Right.
Like just like weird little character moments that 1 has that are very human that kind of get reduced out of the future stuff.
Right.
Kingdom Hearts 1 has some serious dream logic going on, and like as long as you buy into that dream logic, it works amazing.
I forgot that Sora has parents, and I was like, what?
Yes. Yep. And we are never gonna address that again.
Yeah.
Sora,
and the fact that
time
he
for
lives
dinner.
on
That's all
a
you
different island.
Yes. To be fair, 2 does bring that up again, because you see Kairi walking on the other island and looking out at Destiny Island.
Yes, but the parents are just literally never mentioned again.
Nope. No
So
question as to what
strange.
happened to him. Yeah. The Saki Resident Evil movies that gave the director uses. Yeah. Isn't Kojima making a Death Stranding movie show? Yeah, it's called Death Stranding. But I wouldn't be surprised.
Could we follow the lore and play the games of Kingdom Hearts? Of course. I mean, we could. I can. Like,
I would love to.
I've not met a lore I couldn't tackle, except for Gantz, but that was for other reasons that it like triggered me severely. But
It also. The thing is that Kingdom Hearts retcons itself like hard at multiple points. So the thing is that if you wanted to play 1 through 1 Chain of Memories and 2 and explain that lore, it would be easy enough. It's actually not nearly as bad as like, you know, people joke about, but the further you go in, the more absolute bullshit it gets. Like just all manners of bullshit.
yeah, it's
And the problem, each next step in the games inextricably links it to the thing that will come next. So it's not like you can just be like, oh, I'm just going to stop here. It's like, well, no, because 2 hardcore sets of BBS. But then if you play BBS clearly is hearkening to what comes. Like, you can't stop.
So, yeah, I have a really weird relationship with the later games because I don't necessarily think they're the best, but stuff like Demix, like I love Demix as a character. Like I have really fond associations with these characters. And I actually think the manga is pretty good for some of the later parts of Kingdom Hearts.
Yeah. There's some good characterization in that. Can you give us a read of the Arya moment?
I can. Crystal of water, may you regain your light.
Arya returns the faintly gleaming shard to the crystal.
Give us classes.
Oh, mysterious stranger.
Watch out. Ooh, ow.
Arya!
Elio.
Arya, no!
We've known this girl for like 2 minutes.
You do not lack for luck, it seems. That cursed arrow was meant for you. I am the Kraken, tasked by Master Zande himself to ensure that this crystal never regains its former light. You will not leave here alive! The monster attacked.
Okay. Strange art. That's fine.
That it certainly is a choice.
Why did he use a bow? Is he going to use a bow in this fight? Yeah, so with regards to like entering Kingdom Hearts, honestly, I think try 1 first, because if you decide not to go any further, 1 serves as a standalone game really well. Like you could just play 1. It doesn't overinvest itself. In fact, the tone is massively different than the other games.
Yeah, I would. Here's the thing: if you care to play at all for the story, you kind of have to start at 1. I guess technically you could play Recoded, but the thing is, otherwise it's going to be just absolutely flummoxing. If you just care for the gameplay, I would recommend 2. However, if you just want all style and no substance, 3 works well.
I have a real issue with the secret ending for 1. You know, the one that was added in the remake. Because I actually don't feel like it totally sets up the later games at all. Like, I feel like it's so edgy and so disjointed, it just does not work.
What, the fight against Who's It What's It's and the Place It What's It's?
Yeah, the one that you
Or
have
a
to get the
different thing, yeah.
dogs to get. Yeah, harvest Indian, fight the Kraken, and you get tons of dried squid. Man, I like dried squid. I like squid.
Okay, V. End him now.
Come on, V. I believe in you, V.
Zeus's wrath, baby.
Nice!
Hey!
MVP.
MVP. Yeah. How big was that cloak? Huge, lady. Huge. What happened if they made Organization 13 wear red masks like the apprentices in addition to their black coats? I don't know. They'd probably come up with some stupid name, something like the Shadowless or Asians.
Oh yeah.
Arya.
Light has returned to the crystal. My purpose is fulfilled. Thank you for everything.
Arya, stay with us.
This title is yours. It is imbued with the power of water. What? Oh,
Received a title from Arya that holds the power of water.
a title?
I'm assuming that's what gives us the power of jobs?
That's gonna be a mistranslation.
Yeah, hey!
Nice. Ooh, Geomancer. Ooh. Evoker.
Dragoon, Viking, Black Belt, Dark Knight. Oh man, we got some fucking choices!
Yeah, we got some nice classes here. I'm gonna have to get out the class list.
Arya, hang in there.
It
Can I
is
get
my
you, Lyman?
time. You must continue your journey without me. This world needs light to dispel the darkness. Do this for me. Bring back peace.
Arya!
Farewell.
No, Arya!
She's gonna disappear. Oh.
Another earthquake. It's too dangerous to stay here. We can't just leave Arya. Watch out! Ah!
Oh, I thought she was gonna have like an Aerith. Oh, why do I keep
Yeah.
saying Aerith disappears? She doesn't.
Just sinks into the water. Hunter, good to see you. Glad to have you. Dude, this is cool.
This is pretty cool. Oh,
You know what?
awesome.
I really feel like I understand why FF3 is so beloved by the Final Fantasy staff now.
It's pretty cool. It's definitely the first of its game. I think this is going to rank quite a bit higher than the previous ones.
Yeah.
I might have to bump 2 down a bit.
Yeah. Oh, you're finally awake. 3 days is a long time to sleep. You don't say. Where are we? This is a mirror, the town of water. Like Grandpa found you all collapsed in the ruins of the temple. We've been out for 3 days? Also, they actually, like, characterize people. Like, it's not, like, beat to beat with no real characterization, but... Like, I mean, to be fair, it actually is kind of beat to beat, but they characterize, there's enough beats that the characterization of us, despite the fact that we are technically less of a character, like we don't have like 4 people in our group, but like effectively, I don't know, it's working for me a lot better.
Yeah, I'm liking it. I'm liking it a lot. It feels less. Well, the quality of life changes are huge as well. So Viking in this is a tank. They have the taunt ability basically.
Okay.
Dark Knight.
Okay, then yeah, I'm definitely gonna go for that.
Dark Knight
So
can
Elio's gonna
drain
go.
their HP to do more damage. Oh, he's so cute. He's a little dwarf.
Okay, so Dark Knight. Sorry, Dark Knight's what? It's the drain ability.
Yeah, but they drain themselves to do more. I think they can also drain others, but and then Evoker is like summoner baby version.
Okay.
I wouldn't hate having a summoner to be honest.
Yeah, we're not gonna use Bard. I mean, what do bards do?
They're just group buff.
Can they use magic?
I think they can use white magic. Let me check.
Okay, so black belts.
No, they can't use magic. They can just use sing and
Okay.
stuff.
Evoker can use what? Can they use black magic or white magic?
So they can use white or black summons. So you
Interesting.
can summon a summon in a way that will buff you, or in a way that will do damage or debuff.
Okay, well, we'll switch out Beam for Evoker in the short term.
And then we
We're gonna
have
have to get some gear.
Geomancer, which is randomized, obviously, depending on where you are. Wow, the class system is kind of cool in this game. I like it.
Yeah, it's definitely simple. I mean, because the important thing is that they are doling it out that there's a lot of constant interesting options rather than just like one doesn't have interest. You choose at the beginning and then you're kind of stuck.
Yeah.
2 tries to give you like an interesting level mechanic and then broaden like kind of your available options as you go along.
Yes. 2 are like a
Shall we play the piano?
Yeah, let's play the piano.
Yeah. But 3 just kind of goes over and says like, hey, what if we gave you a plethora of... I mean, 3 is the job system. I mean, it is really the... I don't know why my brain never just said this before, but 3's job system is the 14 job system, which is instead of giving you a job and then like specking you out into like broadening it or something, it's what if we gave you a lot of different options to choose from to change up how you wanted to play.
Right.
Now that's a toe tapper. Come on, everyone, let's boogie.
I like the Dark Knight play this.
Why did they take the time to add this? I mean, the answer is that I'm so glad they did, but it's...
I'm so glad they did. This game is kind of good, actually. This game rules.
This game does cut FF3. I love how FF3 went from like, yeah, that's one of the classic ones. That's fine. To like, I'm really.
It has I always thought of it as less sort of narratively intact than 2, but that's not the case at all. It's considerably more.
Yeah.
I think it has a less iconic villain. Like Cloud of Darkness outside of 14 is not so iconic, but
Bravo! I mean, to be fair though, like I feel like the Emperor is iconic
gay.
more in imagery than in I mean, like, because you don't get enough of him, you know? Like, you don't really...
Yeah. That's true, but
It's
I'm
not like
gay
a
and I
stout.
really like Catholic guilt iconography, so like...
I'm so glad I met you. Okay, I think I will go for the Viking, though, just because the taunt was going to be a really helpful
Yeah,
thing
I
to
think
have.
so. It's going to be great to have that on tank. I'd love to have a Geomancer, but I'm also kind of loving Scholar.
Well, we're running out of items to use on V, so we
Okay.
can, in the short term, put them back onto Geomancer.
Yeah, that's fair.
Geomancer confirmed! Wait,
Hell
that's
yeah.
the Geomancer's look? Oh my
It's so cute. Let me go find what the
such a-
Geomancers look like in the 3D one.
They don't look like that. They look much more like
No, they have like little Santa outfits. They're so cute.
Yeah.
Oh my god, they are so cute. I'm gonna put them in the Discord channel in general, I guess. They're so cute. Oh my god, I love these. They have like, they have like little ice cubes as baubles in their hair. Oh,
Also,
that-
your job level's max, so I am going to go ahead and switch you off onto, I think, Bard in the short... Well,
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, Bud's fine.
yeah, I think Bard makes the most sense of our options.
Yeah, I think so for now. We will eventually get Big Dick White Mage, Sage.
Yeah.
Man, I actually adore the artwork they did for the 3D pro tags for all the different classes. Like, that's like the kind of details that I want in a game.
No, I'm with you. I think it's quite good.
Did you guys know Santa has roots in North Mississippi and Viking? I mean, the story of Santa and the supposed cultural influences on Santa are so muddled nowadays that, like, I really feel like sing Lally Ho every time I see Elio on the world map now.
Where's Beam when you need them?
Right?
Ooh,
got a whole
accuracy
new-
or attack?
Accuracy or attack. I feel like Vikings are going to go attack over accuracy.
Yeah. Well, but you know what I appreciate? That's an option now. Like, that's just another good example of, like, the game giving us options.
That's a good point, yeah. Man, I'm so glad that they decided to hoe... well, at least in certain parts. Obviously, the main one is not, but that they decided to hoe closely in certain areas to the sort of aesthetics of Blue Mages between 14 and 11. Like, I love the Arabic-inspired one. Like, I like that you can sort of do that as well.
Mm-hmm. Do I have enough to buy? No, I need 10,000 to buy that. Okay, I'm gonna have to sell quite
expensive.
You're an expensive date, Naneri.
I
don't believe that though.
No, you're right.
Are you?
No.
Yeah, okay, that's what I thought. I was about to say, I feel like, no shade, but if there's one thing I could believe, it's you're a relatively cheap date.
I can be expensive or I can be cheap.
Oh, I can believe you can appreciate the finer things. Don't get me wrong. But
okay, so each harp, so every different harp has a different spell, a different song that this thing can use.
Interesting.
Oh, this game is really good. I like it a lot, actually.
I'm gonna have to farm some money after it.
Okay, so this harp, Madara harp, gives everyone protect.
Nice. I also like that, like, there's justification to, like, not change everyone's jobs at once, because, like, if you keep a couple people on an older job, you have someone to, like, take advantage of your higher level job skills. Like, there's good option in here. There's good options.
Yeah, you're right. Would I rather slap 14 Evilist Ramza or punch a Manolin square in the jaw? Both. Not because I dislike either of them. I just feel like it would do them some good.
I feel like I feel like the thing is that Emmanuelin's gotten his punch in the jaw that has helped him sober up and become better. If the story has told us anything thus far, and his relationship with Sicard too.
Yeah,
you know?
That's true. You've got a point there.
Thancred beat us to the punch, as it were.
What happens?
What happens?
Problem
Oh, so you do it.
Stealing Gil.
We need to get into the sewers to retrieve some Levigrass shoes. Wait, do we? What?
I don't think we were told that. Oh no, maybe the little girl told us. The sewers? Oh no, you can't go there. Too many monsters. That's why they're sealed, don't you see?
Look, we're on a mission and we need to find the final crystal. This is important.
Did you say crystal? So you are the 4 legendary warriors. I don't think that's a line, but I'm going to say it that way anyway.
Wait,
oh
what?
My God.
What? What?
What? This is extremely distressing.
Oi, did you hear that? These kids think they're the chosen ones. Ha ha ha! Don't they know that's us? They seem so convinced it's them. They seem dead set on getting into those sewers. Guess we gotta beat them to it. Yeah, beat them to it.
Oh my God,
I do not remember these characters.
We have fake straw hats. This is perfect.
Naneri, I love Final Fantasy 3.
I love Final Fantasy 3. I'm feeling it. Understood. Rally to it to the sewers. Don't fall behind, youngsters. Oh my God. A rival party.
I love this. Emmanuel has Honorai to keep him lying. Do you think you'll ever get Lene's? No. I mean, that could maybe, but I don't think so.
I really like Honorai as a character. Like, I'm big on Honorai.
Oh yeah, Honorai's awesome. Honorai wrote a book on the frickin' Sea of Clouds.
Yeah.
Like.
No, it's not keyhole. Ah!
Okay, for anyone who was asking about Kingdom Hearts earlier, congratulations. Gil has right here summarily explained the entire plot of Kingdom Hearts 1 and arguably the rest. Clunk.
There you go. Follow the waterway down and you'll find the sewer entrance. I'm going to go take a shit. You'll find that on the way. Don't get it over your head, you're here.
You can't play me like that. Okay.
Yeah, I think I am gonna have to bump 2 down, maybe a few grades to sort of rescale the grid with how much I'm enjoying this.
I think 2's definitely above 1. Still definitely above 1. I think we have to be, I think every time we rate them, we've got to be willing to lower other ones as well. And treat no space as permanent, because I think the ratio to each other matters a lot.
Yeah, we can't hit, like, S+ with 4. I don't think that...
No, yeah. Honestly, I'm wondering if I'm gonna love 4 particularly more than 3 at this point.
Yeah, I mean, maybe not. I feel like the characterization is going to be better, and maybe there's benefits to having sort of defined classes on a character as well. But man, 3's really winning me over. I could say. Oh, Bean wants me to say, ride the super.
Ride the super. I'm looking. I'm excited for that. Okay, so draw attacks.
Man, look at
terrain.
Cool
What the fuck does?
Yeah, terrain is a randomized spell based on our terrain that we're in right now.
Cool. Okay, and then I don't have summons yet because I don't have my books. Is that because I don't have the weapon, or
I guess so.
I'm not high enough level.
Yeah, maybe.
Hey, Pain! Speaking of, now we get to look out for bard abilities that are from that are in 14.
Oh, cute.
Cool. The fact that there's contextual abilities, that's good shit.
Yeah. Even
and
if you go to, I know that if you fight, like Xande's tower, the like the void. Mm-hmm. Yeah, the void. If you use it there, you get black holes and stuff.
Oh, that's so cool. Also, look at the world map now. Look at how much more is going on.
I do sort of have to ask how people were living in that village underwater, but I'm not going to question it.
Based on what other people were saying, my impression is there was a frozen in time thing going on.
Oh, you could be right.
That was definitely my impression. Honoroy dropped some banger core appropriate zingers. It's true. You ever wonder if potions taste good in older games? They're not like out of 7 energy drinks. Yeah, I definitely read them as tasting much more like witch's brew concoction early on, but as we've gone on, I cannot help but feel that the idea of potions as tasting like energy drinks has not suffused my head.
I always loved the like the trend when WoW got like really popular of like people making like mana potions and health potions in like cute bottles.
Yep.
Like I was just like, that looks delicious.
Speaking of, I don't know that I'm gonna do this, but I kind of really want to make a bunch of Fantasia bottles for FanFest.
Oh, that would be super cool. And fill them full of like estriadol and stuff like that, so that we can, trans people.
Yep, exactly. That's you read my plan.
Oh my god, look at that blind frog. Oh my god, it's got glasses. And it's
How'd your day go? Well, I got to stare at a blind frog. Very medicinal, definitely, and the worst are cherry-flavored medicine. Ugh. I literally would not be able... I would die. I would die in a battle because I wouldn't be able to get it down.
Really?
If potions were like flavored like cherry medicine. I literally have been on death's door, and literally I could not get it down. Every time I would try to eat the cherry medicine, I would still throw up because it just... I can't. I just can't. Also, my favorite Mountain Dew is Code Red.
I have never tried Baja Blast, but it is sort of like a fabled thing that I would like to try.
Yeah, it's super prevalent. Yeah, you're gonna go to any Taco Bell and get it here.
Maybe I need to go and find a Taco Bell here. I'm sure that they do exist. I feel like they should be investing more energy in making medicine taste of nothing than taste of cherry.
I think that's easier said than done. Is part of the problem.
Yeah, you're probably right. I think we got some grinding to do.
Yeah. Well, on the bright side, at least they're not killing us.
Yeah, that's true. I think our HP goes up regardless, so...
Did you check, how do we get books? Or how do we get summons? Is it just job levels?
Let me go and have a look. Evoke. Okay. Yeah, it is. It seems like we should have... Oh, no, wait. In the NES version. Okay, that's unusual. Oh, okay. Replito? Is Replito that village that we were in?
Maybe?
Because you can buy them.
Well, we'll go check.
Oh my god, you can buy Odin in Eureka.
Sick. Oh!
Man, they love this game, right?
They really do.
Oh, I would take the Fantasia potion. I think I would go like, that's a good question. Oh, Viera.
Yeah, Demins, I think they'll answer you sometime when they figure out that technology. I think they'll definitely start selling them.
Oh yeah, because they would become quadrillionaires.
Yeah, just the entire world's income went to Fantasia.
I mean, if 14 is a like a model for how that evil economy will work when they have unlocked that, then yeah.
And then everyone would also spend all of their other money that they don't have on some sort of dog-based riding vehicle.
No, I want Namazu. I want the Namazu map.
Oh my! All 50 million of my IRL gil go into my gold Namazu palanquin.
We have to start a new Patreon. Get us the Namazu man. I'd like a Gobu actually.
Like get a Gubu? Yeah.
If we could choose any Eorzean race, what would you choose? I think it'd have to be Viera for me. They're so hot, but also like cool.
Yeah, but dealing with the ears would be probably such a pain.
You could get them surgically removed.
Then you're just a Here.
Yeah, but they're like sexier than here, and they have cool legs.
You like those skinny twink boys, don't you lie?
I do.
Neri, could you be an Eorzean race? I mean, I guess I'm basic. Like, I'm okay with me. Like,
would you
I guess
use it to like customize your appearance as a human, or would you just stay as you are?
Maybe, but even then, I'm not sure I necessarily would. I guess I don't know. Like, if I could Fantasia back, I would to have a better understanding of the play of like women. I might I would Fantasia into like one of the female versions of a race for a period of time to at least have a better understanding of that experience. But beyond that, I can't say I have like a deep desire to change much about myself.
Well, Mervin bread's supposed
Yuki.
to be right, isn't it? No, it's supposed to be nice, AC. Oh, could we tell the difference between Mervin bread and Miol? I think you would tell by vibes.
Yeah. No, this is a mirror. So this isn't the. So we have. Okay, do you? What was the village you said that was the one where it has the summon thing?
Replito, or Leprit.
Replito.
It's northwest of Saronia, if we know where that is. Oh, it's
I have no idea.
It's like a summoner village.
Replito is 11. Oh, it's on the other continent. It's literally the opposite side of the world from where we are. So unless we can fly there.
Can we fly there?
See if we can fly
yeah,
there.
Let's see.
Nope, because someone chained us to the fucking
what
island.
What the hell? Oh, it's gonna be the fellows.
Oh, yep. Oh. Do we try?
Okay.
I'm gonna try.
Yeah, because terrain might swing it for us.
And I can pull his attack away from y'all.
Yes,
Wind slash.
Good. Pretty good. Oh.
Dude, Geomancer's doing some damage, guys.
Yeah, Geomancer's pretty good. I guess they're somewhat inconsistent in that you can't control them, but that doesn't seem to be an issue so far, to be honest.
Yeah, because we don't have any. I'm gonna switch Bean over back to Black Mage, I think, for now, just because we don't have. You know, honestly, why don't I just, because we want to level up Bean, we want to keep giving Bean levels, why don't we just give them also Geomancer and then
double Geomancer?
double terrain?
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, because terrain is, because one of the biggest problems right now is we don't have gear for these jobs. We could be able to take advantage of the fact that we can double terrain, because that seems like a flat. It doesn't seem like it's greatly affected by gear.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah,
Very body should try to.
I'd like Lupin to be playable race, CC. Yeah, that would be fine by me. Huh, that damages us.
Found Geisel Greens. Wonder why Geisel Greens are. I mean, I guess it's interesting that they're down here in the world below.
Yeah, considering that Chocobo, but I guess they haven't really been. You know, there haven't been signs of domestication, I guess, up there.
Well, and if I remember right, in the lore, the worlds were once not separate. So
yeah, they weren't. Yeah.
Where is the entrance to the sewer? Oh, there we go.
Okay, Daniel, I don't need to hear about you wanting to throw a bone at the Lupin. That's the Minzy's job.
Throws dog people a bone. Well, I mean, to be fair, like, I mean, look, I get it. They're leonine, so they're really, it's still cats, but, like, I don't know. I feel like Hrothgar established some. And also, the Keeper of the Moons are supposed to be more like canine. Like, that's, or the Seeker of the Suns are supposed to be a little more like canine with their tails. They're supposed to be more dog-like.
Yeah, to a degree. They're almost like servals kind of vibe. Yeah, sorry, lady, I would not be surprised to hear that they're not adding it. Like, I know they've said they don't want to add many more races. In fact, I think they said that.
You don't want them to.
Yeah, I don't want any more
frankly,
races. I don't need it.
Because here's the couple reasons why. So one, I'm sure there are some Final Fantasy, like, I think there's at least one from Advance or something that people could point to that would be work, but you'd have to have it basically based off of the same character models that exist if you didn't want to have a major amount of problems or, like, extra work. And I think for the most part the niches are filled. I get that there's not like a doggo niche, but I mean, like, broadly, there's multiple bestial options. There's multiple tall, skinny options. There's at least 2 bulky options in, like, Hrothgar and Ro. You know, like, and I think like you just expanding it broader would take away from working on other things that could be more beneficial.
Yeah, that's fair. I don't want any more. I mean, I'm not going to argue with them if they try to give us more, but I don't think.
Fuck no, yeah. Yeah, I think that those resources would be better spent elsewhere. And I mean, the amount of, like, heartache that has come from people just not even having all their Vieira stuff or even have female Hroth yet, I think alone for a lot of people. Yeah. Yeah, mostly joking. Daniel, if you don't know by now that I take everyone at face value, then find out later they were being sarcastic, well, you don't know my brand. Yes, but have you considered doggy? Problems like hair for Vieira and Hrothgar, yeah. Better to expand customizations we have now, I think. Yeah. And not as it's a binary of, not in that it's like, oh, there's no point to, why should they? But I just, like, in terms of best options, I think it's pretty emphatic that that's not. No, help! Help! Hey, it's those old timers from earlier.
Wait, how did we see them?
We can't just leave them. That's a good question. We can't just leave them to fight on their own. Wait, Nir, you don't know that we have X-ray vision? I love that they went from cultists to goblins. But also, did you notice that all those guys around them in a circle had, like, red robes? It kind of reminds me of the Lambs of Dalamud.
Okay. AC says, do we have a favorite water town in Final Fantasy? And says, Alticia. Alticia is beautiful, but I would have to say Luca.
I was gonna say, so one, hi Canes, good to see you, glad to have you. Second, like, Luca, I love. Here's the thing is, Alticia is great, but the fact that the story does such a not great job around it makes me sad. And so that sadly detracts from it, but, like, as a water town, it is phenomenal.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. I mean, the thing that's hard about 10, right, is that in a lot of ways, many of the towns are water towns because of the way water, like, is repeatedly part of the, like, the story and the narrative. Like, because in a sense, Zanarkand is a water town. Like, it's not, you don't tend to think of it that way, but it is.
Yeah, it's a water town, but it's not a water town, if you know what, if that makes any sense whatsoever.
Giant water bows don't count?
I guess that's true. But it doesn't have the vibe.
No. Yeah, no, well, I mean, but it has, like, the future techno water vibe, and there's something about that I like. But I agree, you're right, but, like, yeah.
My answer is to leave Final Fantasy entirely and say Fennec City from Pokemon Colosseum.
That's a good choice. That is a good choice. But I'm trying to think about other water towns in Final Fantasy games.
I don't think it's not like a water temple. It's not that prevalent.
No. 10, 11, 12. I mean, I really love, this isn't a water town, but I really do love the Ritteran Cataract in 12 and in 14.
Yeah,
like, beautiful. I love, like, it's really, really gorgeous.
Scala.
We would have been goners without your help. We owe you one. I guess this proves that we're not legendary heroes after all. Such a shame. Oh well, you win some, you lose some. Well, no use crying over spilled milk. We better let these whippersnappers handle this. Besides, I need a nap. Thanks for the help. Seems we weren't quite up to snuff. Haha, guess it's back to the grindstone for us. Do they come back? I don't even have any memory of them.
I have zero memory of these guys. They're kind of cool, though. I love them.
Yeah. Even as just, like, a small side thing, it's just a little bit of character.
Yeah. I love all of I love like pretty much all of Nine's towns, but none of them are water towns that I can think of. Like Dali.
You don't take what I say. That's because Bling, the thing is, Bling, is that I always take people at face value because of the assumption that there are sometimes sarcastic, sometimes serious, but you are only ever taking the piss out of me, so at this point it's safe to assume that everything you're saying is to take the piss out of me. More doggo minions. Yeah, there are more doggo minions. Look, if for the doggo people, if the compromise is that you just need more doggo minions, I think we can get behind that.
Oh, I guess in FF7 that one, the town with the submarine is wow, what's it called?
Oh,
Junon.
Yeah. Junon, yeah. Junon's cool.
Yeah,
I love Junon in... Don't you see a shot of Junon when you see Genesis, Zack, and Sephiroth fighting in Crisis Core? Like, isn't that that cutscene Junon?
I think Junon does just pop up, yeah. Oh my god, look at this cool little witch.
All yours.
Okay. My! I almost choked on my own saliva. What have we here? Are you looking for old Delilah?
Yeah, we were hoping to borrow her Levigrass shoes. Do you know where she might be?
Why? Delilah's me. So you young'uns think you're the legendary warriors? I see. You sure don't look the part if you ask me.
You know, this sewer and this lady being down here kind of makes me think of Matoya, part of Matoya's relic.
It's Matoya vibes, right?
Yeah.
But if you insist, here are the shoes you desire. Catch.
Oh, and they're back.
That theme kind of is cool as well.
Mm-hmm. Now, I mean, honestly, with the amount of little references and stuff in here, now I'm just waiting for stuff like this to show up in 7.0 or something. Like, now I'm like waiting for stuff like that.
The fellows, bring the fellows.
Watch out!
Oh, I was aroused when I saw the witch. Not sexually, but
You can't.
sort of thematically aroused. I like a hag. I love hags.
Can I get a vote? Do we need to change the name of this episode to Thematically Aroused? Those shoes were a trap! How could you tell? Just a hunch. Nah, I'm just joshing. I've seen the real shoes before. Delilah, stop, these youngsters are telling the truth. I'll vouch for them, and I'll vouch for them, and I'll vouch for them, and I'll vouch for them.
I really seriously expected them to beat up the old lady. Oh my word! I took you for liars. My mistake.
Would you give them your Levigrass shoes?
If you gents trust them, then I'll take your word on it. These are the real shoes. They're identical.
Obtain the Levigrass shoes. I mean, that's how you know it was a good trap.
Yeah. How did they notice?
Now we can get... Now we can get across the bottomless bog and find the last crystal. Put on the Levigrass shoes. You four may not be the chosen warriors, but you're the true heroes at heart. Thank you. It was nothing. We best be off. Hang on tight. I'll teleport us out here in no time. Whoopee!
Okay, here's my pitch for them in 14. They're part of a Mandeville side quest. And they're all big buff heroes, and one of them is a Lalafell.
Yes, I'm in. I'm definitely in. I'm here for it. I could also imagine seeing as like the nature of like being in another world, another place, another continent, putting them in the new world somehow.
Oh yeah, I would say I can see them in Mer City or the New World.
Okay, give me a second. I need to go. Or actually, I guess Ray probably can do it while we're streaming. Change the name of this episode to Thematically Aroused.
God bless you, Ray. Yeah, I mean, these four are the last remaining remnants of Sophia's religion when we get to Mericidia. The spray work on these is pretty good.
Yeah. I bet you your pain gets like better and better though as you get as your job level increases.
Yeah, if we haven't got the harp yet, we haven't managed it. We don't have enough money to buy it yet, do we?
Dude, terrain is pretty dope. Like,
Yeah.
I'm sure like it falls off in terms of power as it goes on, but like early on, that's a weapon.
I'm sure
All
it
with red
does.
hair,
Yeah,
yep.
but the I mean, terrain is really pulling through for us. I'm like,
Dude, we should like 4 of us should get together and make Lalafell alts and just make them the fellows and like stand in Limsa for like a day or something.
we should stand in like important story areas and try to steal the thunder from upcoming players.
I'm in. Here, I'm gonna draw text.
An empty hearth down by the sea in Mericidia. I think it's going to be I think that I don't think we will find a structure, but I think we might find a place named for it, or like a place that is alluded to as
Definitely a reference.
yeah.
Oh, Blinkster, thank you for the $20. Me taking things seriously? No, never. Taking the piss out of things with my dry humor? Not even once. Naniri, just so you know, we are ever faster approaching drinking stream.
Oh
so...
god. Well, I've been on my Disco Elysium shit. I was lying in bed and all I could think about was Sunrise Parabellum the other day.
Okay, we're gonna have a good time on that then.
Well, I think we are. Thank you, Blingster, for
I'm down to
being
make
my sugar daddy.
Bling, like being Des people, any of the people who already have Lala ult, if you want to do that, I will like and take photos. I would adore that.
That would be perfect.
AC, are you trying to make that a thing?
Lalafell's in Mericidia. Isn't there a Lalafell in Sophia's bed?
No, it is a Huron, Elizin, and a Rogadin.
I just inserted a Lalafell there because I'm obsessed.
To be fair, it wouldn't be surprising. We know man came to Mericidia in the Second Astral Era. There's no implication that they wouldn't have, and because of the South Sea Isles and their how they tend to travel with catamarans, and the fact that they've engaged with the three great continents at multiple points, I think it would be fairly safe to assume.
Yeah, the fact that Alig, was all over that place. They could have gotten all sorts of species there. I mean, hell, Alig was in the New World. Alig was in space, so...
Yeah. In the Far East, for instance, but they may exist in Ilsabar because they're Lalafell conscripts. Yeah, I mean, they're definitely... No, so we know, not, like, yeah, the conscripts Wedge is from Ilsabard, but is, is a Lalafell. So there are definitely some that are not necessarily endemic, but like definitely have lived there for at least some amount of the Sixth Astral Era.
There's a diaspora,
whether they come, whether it came about because of the diaspora from them moving out of Girabanya post Mach, or something else, I don't know.
Well, we do get an implication,
that would make sense.
Right, that some of the Maquis fled into Ilsabard, so
yes, yeah, so it would make sense. Alags in space.
Alags are everywhere else. Why not space, eh?
Yeah, AT, I'm like 90% sure that there have, but I'm drawing a blank on examples. We'll keep an eye out.
I mean, it's a trope, right? Like you have the fake Straw Hats in One Piece. You have stuff like that. It's a pretty common thing in certain types of fantasy. I wonder.
Where is the bog? Is it to the north?
Isn't it that big basin of water that you can see on the map?
No, because that was the water temple.
Oh.
Here, I will pull up. Head to the Golden Manor south of Moor. Now, enemies for chest. Find the key that ultimately unlocks the Enterprise so you can once again. Oh, okay. Wait. You can carry you to the end of the... Well, apparently black belts can carry you to the very end of the game because they're so broken.
I believe that. I mean, that was true in 1 as well.
South of Amur. Okay, so we need to go south of it. That apparently the bog is to the south.
I did a Google search for like fake hero party members Final Fantasy, and it brought up the Company of Heroes, and I was like, that's not what they are. That's not what they are at all.
No, they are very much not that. In fact, they were the people holding the line before we arrived, basically.
Yeah, they were the heroes.
I have a permanent scarring that we want to shout "We fall" when hearing FF3 map theme. Yeah. On to the end. People really like water temples in their RPGs. I think it's more because people like primordial elements in their RPGs,
Yeah.
and because of that, water shows up a lot.
Yeah, I'm sure that I'm sure
And they like
that
dungeons and temples in their RPGs.
Zelda has inspired some pretty directly, to be honest.
Yeah. But I definitely think, like, even the reason that Zelda has it, right, is because of primordial elements. You know, the wind temple, the, forest temple, the, like, fire. Like, and therefore, and having its system around dungeons, then promotes that.
That's true. Oh, there's some people here arguing that Gilgamesh is a bit like that.
I guess, a little bit.
Yeah, it's
I mean,
definitely
Hildebrand, somewhat.
Yeah, Hildebrand. Yeah.
It's definitely one of the best main themes in FF. My personal favorite being FF7's main theme. I'm gonna let you guys all guess for $5 what my favorite probably is, but no, this overworld theme is definitely great. I will say though, like, I liked this overworld theme in the beginning when you used to like it, but the context of 14 is what made me fall in love with it. So it's like, is that just the theme or no? It's actually 9's theme, Daniel. But no, yeah. I mean, 10. The thing is, like, 10's main theme, though, it depends on, like, what you want to define as its main theme. Because I would probably say the motif of "Someday the Dream Will End." But I think the thing is that, like, what the 10 does really well is it has a couple light motifs or a couple themes that it uses for, like, in multiple renditions, like very a la what 14 does.
Yeah,
you have that,
they,
like,
they start to do that like around 10 onwards, I would say.
Yeah. And so, like, 10, what I love is that you have, like, the theme that's used for, like, what's used for Yuna's theme. And Yuna's theme is basically the version of that song is used a whole bunch of places. But, like, the motif of "Someday the Dream Will End" works so well because when you get to the end of that game, it pays off. Well, near the end of that game, it pays off real fucking good.
Terrain.
Let's just say Final Fantasy X has its own final march.
Well, yes, it does. Man, Terrain's really, really pulling it out for us here.
Truly. Let's heal you up. The problem is we don't have any real sustain right now.
Yeah.
Although I guess it probably, as long as I keep using draw attacks, we should be fine.
Yeah, and pain, I guess.
This is interesting. Yeah, pain is just such a weak sustain that it's
is weak, yeah. But at least it's party-wide.
Yeah, that's true.
We need to get some money so that we can go buy some gear.
Yeah, we do.
Gold or mana?
There was that row in AR. They claim to be Titan. Yeah. The Leviathan. That guy. Titus. The door is locked. But I have keys. Because I went and bought some.
Nice. Gold or mana?
Dope. Wah, wah. Those look like dragoons. But I think that's a sword, so maybe not. Oh, hello. Gold Warrior. I wonder what the terrain attack is going to be for this.
Oh yeah, inside. I think there is a field for inside. That would be interesting. I wonder what it's going to be.
I would love if it was like gold related or something.
Yeah, that would be cool. I don't think...
Oh,
wind slash. Well, it's pretty strong.
Oh, everyone going for Bean today.
Bean, no.
Oh, look at it! Looks like Bean's asleep.
Oh,
like
yeah.
a little light nightcap. It's just...
Bean's taking a nap. Oof, these guys hit hard. Come on, terrain.
Oh my god. Sitting, look at, sitting down.
Oh, cute.
Look like Grogu.
Yeah, I see that. Oh yeah, Daniel. Not having that many guest party members is a really good thing. Actually, they don't work into very much. I mean that.
Yeah, well, and they throw off balance too.
Yeah,
You know?
I think they're going to work really well in the FF2, FF7 style remake that I've imagined for myself with no backing. I think they're really going to suit that, but yeah, as they were, not particularly well.
I mean, they're in 15 and 16. 15, they don't work great. They were fine-ish, but like their strength is mainly for characterization. And in 16, we'll see.
I mean, you do
Not
get them
entirely
in
okay
9, I guess.
I'm not entirely okay living with a world where the souls of the dead need to be manually excised instead of naturally passing on to the afterlife. I guess the thing though is that I don't mind that because the way in which people are allowed to contend with their grief in a much more cathartic way, at least would be for me in 10, and also the way in which fireflies work. Like, while there is the dread of people not being sent, I find like that wider context of how the fireflies work and how souls and all that work, I don't know, I find it more reassuring.
I mean, it's just part of the world. It informs the philosophy of the world and of the setting. So, you know.
I think it's such an interesting choice, too, because it's not... No other Final Fantasy has really done anything quite like that, with, like, really having a deeply different metaphysics in quite that way. I think 14 has been the first one that I can think of that really starts to try and go a different route with that. Like, not even a different route, but just, like, try to, like have a deeply explored experience
So,
with metaphysics.
What I would say is that 9, if you go there 20 years before the games take place, it doesn't have a wildly different metaphysics, but with all the artificial life introduced, I feel like it does at the time of the game. And I guess the live stream of 7 maybe. But then again, that's tied into 10 for some reason.
To me, that is like a fun throwaway comment because it just doesn't make sense.
It doesn't
because,
make a
like,
lot of sense.
10 and 7 being connected just doesn't make sense.
I'm fine to like be like, oh, that's a fun fact. I just don't want to consider it too much, particularly.
Yeah.
Oh,
And
so
after
you
Sleeper
can
go KO
mix.
and their eyes just turn off. Yeah, infinite.
Damn, we are so tanky. I mean, you are so tanky.
By the power of Vikings, am I immortal?
Yeah, right. Tiamat's literally carrying us through this entire dungeon.
Truly. But also, like the fact that in 9 there's like interest and zest around what life means is different to me than like what the metaphysic of a soul is, literally. Like in terms of like fireflies or like the way that like Aether manifests in souls in 14, if that makes sense. But maybe
Yeah, but
does 9 go into that?
Yeah, so artificial souls are sort of discussed in a metaphysical context as well. The nature of them and stuff like that, and how they can be created and manipulated.
Okay, then yeah, I just forgot that element.
It's been a while. I'm really looking forward to playing 9, and I'm also looking forward to playing 10 because I like 10, but it's never been like my top. So I'm interested to see how I feel about it after playing through it with you.
Mm-hmm. Well, and honestly, like, and with the time that we're having with 3 right now, I'm like actually way more excited to like the intervening games between now and then.
Yeah, me too. I'm really interested to revisit 5. It's been having like this huge revival lately, obviously, but I mean, and obviously 6 I adore.
I'm hoping I'll like 6 more because like I like 6. It's kind of like the whole like thing I have with like tactics where I'm like, yes, this is good. I don't know why it's lauded to the extent it is, but I want to understand why everyone lauds it to the extent it is.
Fair. I mean, everyone has their own milieu, right?
Sure, but I guess like when a large swath of people really like something and I like am lukewarm on it, I tend to not think like, it's not that I go, oh, the problem's me, but I'm like, okay, there's something I need to maybe consider trying to reevaluate, you know?
Yeah, I will say after playing Tactics Ogre, I think it's mechanically better than Tactics. I just like I guess I like the world and stuff like that, and I like the class system in Tactics. I like green mages.
Yeah. I guess I like the world of like 12 and advanced, tactics advanced and stuff so much more than I liked tactics. That's probably part of it.
I think that's fair with tactics advanced. Yeah. I like the world of tactics. It sort of goes in almost a more Western fantasy. I mean, that's maybe not. Yeah. Okay. Maybe a more Western fantasy style than like Final Fantasy's.
Almost
after.
French.
Yeah. Almost. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. It's very Crusader state time.
The other nice thing about terrain is that it freaking doesn't cost any mana, so you can just go at it endlessly.
Yeah, terrain's really pulling through for us. It's a super powerful ability. I like it. I like that geomancers feel so represented. Like I thought they were going to be like a not very useful suboptimal side thing. Maybe they will be in certain points, but still.
Well, I've been working on a 7.0 video, but now I'm like thinking I'll go. I knew about Geomancer in 3 and its abilities, but now I can actually like look at the different abilities and be like, hey, these are some cool ideas for attacks.
Yeah, do it.
Yeah. And so, Lady, I do think for FF6 or Tactics or other games, you know, it might be exposure the same way you could say about 10 might be exposure for me, like being like specific time, specific place. But I try not to start from that as like, because it's easy to just be like, oh, it was just because rose-tinted glasses or because of a specific time and specific place means that like you can't engage, like it's hard to go to like engage deeper on what might be beyond that if that you just like that you explain everything away with that. So that's why, while that may be fully just the case, I like liking things more. I like, if I don't love something, I enjoy trying to enjoy it more, you know? And so I talk to people who enjoyed the thing and try to understand, like, you know, what is it? Unless it's Kingdom Hearts 3, in which case, fuck, man. My soul.
LA always comes to me and it's like, so why did you enjoy this so much? And I'm always like, I can't put it into words.
Every time, it's always so funny. I'll go play something and he's like, "Oh, I really love that." And I'm like, "Yeah, I kind of felt lukewarm." And I remember the first time I came back from playing Tactics, and I was like, "Why do you like it so much?" And you're just like, you know, I don't. You know, it's good."
That does sound like me. Oh man. I was really expecting to be kind of like, I was expecting almost to like 3 less than 2.
Same.
Which is not the case at all. Oh, treasure chest. Give us gold.
I also feel like I better understand people's umbrage with 2's leveling system. Because this system, despite being, to me, in theory, more, not boring, because it's not like the 2 is very interesting. I kind of like grinding in the way that 2 grinds, typically. Because I'm that guy who loved playing World of Warcraft and loved leveling my weapon skill, right? There's just something broken in me. Yeah, exactly. But the thing is that this game basically has all the zest you need, plus some options, and does away with having to grind in very specific and weird ways.
Yeah.
I mean, you can still grind in very specific and weird ways because you can do things like, you know, just have everyone guard for an entire fight, and then you'll get an automatic job level up. But, you know, it's very different.
Oh, was it really? Could you do that? That's lame. But that's fine. Yeah, I think V's onto something, saying like sometimes a game will just hit the right note depending on the time that you're in. Like,
yep.
I played Night in the Woods when I was in like a dark time in my life. And I love that game anyway. I think it's just flatly. Oh, these are my mix. I feel like it's just flatly a good game, but it like rocketed it up to like one of my favorite games of all time by far.
Yep, I definitely feel that. Okay, wait, what? Okay,
can we sell these?
I'm assuming so.
I'm waiting for.
Yeah. What a choice!
Oh, cool, sexy knights.
Man, V, they went for you, V.
Ooh, ow, ouchie.
Focus me, for I am the dwarf. Oh my god, nothing can injure me.
No, you're like Oh! This Loken is gold or mana. It's all about gold. If you couldn't tell.
I'm gonna draw attacks and then I'm gonna flee.
Yeah, that might be a good idea.
I mean, I don't think they're gonna kill me, but...
Ooh.
Oh, fuck, they're learning!
They've learned that magic is our weakness.
I'm really glad I did that quick save.
Yeah, I am glad you did that quick save as well. Between here and Grand Cosmos,
Haha.
no. I mean, yes, there are similarities. I just don't think it's intentional per se.
Yeah, I mean, because like I don't. Other than gold, what is the connection?
Like opulence, but like a mana, but that's not similarities. Yes, definitely, I would say so. But don't tempt us into a replay of 14 or something. Elliot was already doing that.
I get to the end of Endwalker currently, and I'm just like, okay, guys, we're starting again. Honestly, maybe that's not even the worst idea.
And then the Neri would be, I'd be in the streams.
Yeah. Oh, well, but then you'd have to be with me. Do you think you could manage being with? Well, you'd be like at like 4 a.m. your time starting, and then also you'd have to be multiple days a week, every week for like 5 hours.
Yeah, it would be tough right now. If I eventually get to the point where we can do this full time, that would be something that we could consider.
I dream. I feel like the odd one here, I didn't play FF games till 2020. Wow! After I played FF7 Remake, I had a lot of time due to COVID, so I ended up playing FF7, FF9, and FF10 that year. Daniel, you should tell us more about your experience with that coming into it as an adult.
Those are three good games to play.
Yeah. Oh, it's fair. It's not customizable magic earlier games had, although Magicite has stats as well. Yeah. What's the name of this location again? Yeah, I can't wait to see you replay 14 right after I play FF11. We're definitely going to do 11 in some amount. I don't know how we're going to do that.
Yeah, I will not be playing 11, but Elio can, and I will happily watch.
It might just be like, when you can, you'll hang out with me, or maybe we'll do switch when we finish 14's catch up on the Monday, Tuesday. We'll do 11 because that might work for timing, just because the amount of time
we might be able to do that. Yeah. I mean, 11 is it's jank, but then again, that's not always a bad thing in an MMO. Sometimes it's charming.
It definitely has a charm.
Horsies. Nay, do not hit us. Yeah, 11 is janky.
Get it? It's a nightmare, which I know, but nightmare.
Nightmare. Whoa.
Doesn't that come from? I think, is it Celtic? Like, what is it? The origin of like the nightmare.
I believe that it's Gaelic. Yeah. It's the nightmare. Yeah. No, I didn't actually want to see, like, Nightmare Freddy from Five Nights at Freddy's. Thank you.
Welsh? Thanks, lady.
Well.
I got my friend back into 14. Yeah, 11 is jank. Okay, maybe it is. V, you're the one who's told me many a time how jank it is. Yeah, but he doesn't remember how anything works. Yeah, that's the downside of MMOs, is that like the overhead, it can sometimes be a bit much.
Interesting. This is fascinating.
What?
So apparently it's not from like myth. It's from a 17th century, well, an 18th century painting by a Swiss artist that portrays a horse as a nightmare. Although I'm sure that there are roots going further back that could be less directly tied in. That normally is.
Love. Every day you learn something new. Playing for the first time adult was pretty fun. FF7 was good, though watching those cutting-edge cutscenes in After 2 Decades was pretty hilarious. Yeah, I mean, I'll also say that part of the problem is that FF Remake is phenomenal. The problem about FF7 Remake is it requires you to fully understand what the fuck's going on in its back third to have had played Final Fantasy VII, which is...
yeah,
a choice.
Well, I kind of fuck with that. I feel like FF7 Remake is almost not a remake; it's almost a sequel.
I see it as a response. Yeah, absolutely. It's definitely because it's not a standalone thing. At least as it exists now currently, unless Rebirth goes to great lengths to like convey context that if you hadn't played 7 you like will now understand. But just the way that remake goes, it's which I won't necessarily criticize it for, but like the problem is that there's a lot of people who haven't played 7, and 7 is still like janky enough now that getting people to try to play it is a kind of an ask.
See, that's just because you don't like turn-based. No,
but 10's my favorite. Also, 7's ATB.
That's true, 7 is ATB. But like, I feel like 7 is so. If you play Legend of Zelda, right, if you're going to get into the franchise, there are certain games that are required reading, like Ocarina of Time is required reading insofar as that can be true. And I feel like 7 is the case for like Final Fantasy.
But Ocarina of Time had the 3DS remake.
True.
And also, I feel like there's a very big difference between those because you can coherently tell what's going on in a cutscene between like Link, Zelda, or Ganondorf. And like genuinely, there are major plot points that I could not understand as a teenager because of like the visuals not holding up to the ambition of what was trying to be told.
It is a very visually ambitious game. Sometimes it pulls it off, I will say.
Sometimes it does.
Sometimes it doesn't.
But my point is that 7, the classic 7, is not, oh, it's janky in combat, because I have no problems with its combat. I have no problems with its mechanical gameplay, but the narrative it's trying to tell runs up against limitations of the time, and also the level to which those low polygons can, at least for me, and I hear from multiple other people, actively hamper the emotions of a scene when it's so pantomime. Yeah.
I feel you. Ooh, gold bears. With green claws.
Oh, wait. Oh, gold bears. I just thought you said. I thought you meant they were gold bears, but gold bear.
Wait, gold bear. That's pretty good. Oh,
yeah, sorry, go ahead.
AC. Yeah, I mean, Remake is a dense game, content-wise. The 7 seconds is
You're not supposed to understand it, as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, I've heard,
like it's supposed to be ambiguous.
No, I've heard, yes, you're correct, but I've also heard that don't you well, there's a like a tooltip that you can find in like the depths of the menus of 7 Remake, which is very, very no more, which tells you that Sephiroth shows Cloud a vision of a planet 7 seconds before its demise, apparently.
Which, I mean, makes sense, right? Like, it's the meteor's fall and, like, the ending of the prior one.
Yeah. But I also feel like it's, I also feel like there's more there that we haven't learned yet.
Yeah, I mean, like, some people speculate that it's the 7 seconds as he drops to do certain things to a certain character at the midpoint.
Yeah.
My point is that it's ambiguous enough that it's not clear-cut.
Yeah, so one of my favorite things about Sephiroth is that he's trapped in the narrative, very like Alicent Hightower vibes.
Yes!
And he is painfully aware of him being trapped in the narrative, which is one of my favorite tropes. Ludo narrative, like a self-awareness in the characters. As
I am too, when it's done more like, the, more like, this or like, the Stephen King novels.
That was an instant death.
But like, dope. Deserts are instant death. Good to know. Kathra, good to see you. Glad to have you. FF9 was awesome and surprisingly emotional for me. Yeah, it's not surprising. Also felt very nostalgic to me with its humor and setting. Yeah, I mean, it's very of that time. It's very, not even a throwback, but even at the time, it was supposed to be like a return to like more whimsy fantasy form after 7 and 8.
Yeah, and they pay heed to a lot of older stuff in it as well.
Yeah. Reminded me of playing Ocarina of Time as a kid. Yeah, that makes sense. Totally. FF10 was really great experience. Definitely the best of the turn-based FFs in that area. Graphics really hold up very well. Look, I know I'm sympathetic, but I would be the first to like hamper on places where graphics don't hold up, and 10s remarkably hold up well for being the like beginning of the lifespan of the PS2, not like an end of the PS2 era.
Yeah, for what it is, they hold up pretty well. I do feel like I wouldn't play it without the HD remake. But they hold up fairly well considering the context of it. AC says, do you think the story would have been different if they replaced Holy or Meteor with Ultimate? I mean, yes.
I mean,
but insofar as changing anything on that scale would change the story.
But also, like, I mean, like, the iconography would change, but beyond that, like, does it really change much about the, like, actions or the consequences or the, like, I don't know that it really changes much, you know?
I like the Advent Children. I mean, I don't think it's a good movie per se, but I like it. That you know, those two things are not mutually exclusive.
Yeah. Well, as someone who, like, Mike's first experience of 7 was Advent Children, that was an experience, I'll tell you what.
Yeah, that's a crazy thing to go into without any context. Like, that must have been pretty disorienting. Oh, nice. Now we can buy some stuff.
I don't know if there's anything we can buy for anyone. But also, where did the key go? It said that there was a key somewhere in the gold.
Did we get the card back? The harp back for the did we buy the harp for the bar?
Yeah, we did buy the harp. I sold enough stuff to get it.
Okay, alright, cool. Okay. Oh yeah, that Oron quote is really good, Green Caps. The live and fight your sorrow one.
Dude, every fucking quote from Oren is a goddamn I will hear. Dude, I fucking love Oren. Oren is actually, like, you know how bad I am with, like, favorites?
Yes.
Oren is my actual favorite wizened, like slightly older mentor figure in any media property. Like,
yes.
He is actually an example of one of, like, where I have a favorite. I love Oren so much.
Yeah, no, you're right. Man.
And he's only 35. Well.
Well, yeah, that time is weird.
Yeah. Well, not even just about time. Well, life is weird, shall we say.
Yeah.
Oren is Elio's favorite dad. Well, I mean, the thing I love is that he's not, like, he's paternal and he's, like, a mentor figure, but he's not jacked, right? And he can't be jacked, but he's the best uncle. He's, like, the best uncle ever, right? Green Caps, good to see you, glad to have you. As someone with a history of mental health struggles, Oren saying live, fight, and fight your sorrows, Tormented X is one of my favorite. Yeah, and the themes of 10 in general, and also, I love how much Oren has, like, gone through the shit he has, and is simultaneously deeply invested and cares, and is over it. He's not over it, because he's not over caring, he's not over the world or anything, but he accepts the world as it is, as kind of a farce, but meaningfully still engages with it and doesn't turn away, you know? And I love that shit.
In the dark times, should the stars also go out?
It's good shit. I just find the history behind the ultimate spell in the series to be interesting. Like, it's supposed to be a MacGuffin, but sometimes it ends up being a letdown or not as powerful. I mean, yeah. I mean, that's what happens, though, like, when different people interpret Final Fantasy stuff, right? It's like, sometimes you have something that's, like, the most amazing thing since God, and then other times it's just a weapon skin.
Yeah. And sometimes it's both. Sometimes it's a robot boy. And sometimes it's
Welcome back, Raven!
Sometimes it's a figure who used to confuse us quite a lot in the lore.
Yeah. Well, I can't. How dare you say that and then I can't say anything? Go watch End Talkers, guys.
Oh, man. Yeah, we have an End Talkers coming out.
Yes. V is currently in the process of doing the audio editing and taking all of your snippets of... So V has been... giving me a lot of validation lately, because V will also look at the timeline and tell me, like, yeah, I can just literally see what Naniri is saying and when they're saying ums or pausing, like, or because your voice is so consistent.
I'm speaking at my monotone.
It's not, but you don't do a monotone. The thing is, it's not a monotone. It's your cadence is consistent. And so it's, like, very easy to tell. Yeah.
When I'm umming.
Oren is younger than you are. Oof. I want to ask a question, but I can't because it's a spoiler for 10. So, and it has to do with his age. Is that plus or minus a certain amount of post certain things? Would you consider Oren to be an Obi-Wan? Yeah, absolutely. He's absolutely in that vein, that trope. He, if anything, like that is the. If I had to like immediately draw, parallel to someone, that is the easiest one by far. The difference is that he is a that he's more of a wandering, giant greatsword wielding monk than anything. But
he's like wuxia, like you could like a wandering master in
Yeah.
like a wuxia film or something. Oh, thank you very much for you. are
very much
lovely.
so. Yeah. I mean, also he's got the jug and everything. You know, he's got the purification sake ready to go.
Yeah, man, I'm a sucker for Eastern designs.
Am I crazy? I swear to God, in one of his overdrives, he like drinks it and then spits it out onto his sword. So it really is for purification, isn't it?
He definitely drinks it and spits it out. I don't remember if it's onto his sword or like it, but it definitely has that vibe no matter what. Let me have a look.
Yeah. Okay, Gold Manor. Where am I? Okay, let's figure this out. Head to Gold Manor in South. No missile, but can collect them all. The gold souls you find. You'll find a key that ultimately unlocks the Enterprise. So you can. Okay, it says I'll find a key that unlocks the Enterprise, but I opened all the chests and there was no key.
Have a look. Yeah, Banishing Blade is the one that we're thinking of.
Yes. FF3.
There's a crystal room that we need to get to.
Okay, well, I opened all the doors and I didn't see any rooms. Although, now that I think about it, I opened up one of these rooms and I remember there was something on the side. So maybe there's a secret passage. Yeah, see, I can see it on the side, so.
Oh, yeah. Okay, that would be it. Oh, that would make a lot of sense, considering the statue that was in there.
Also, you've got a new set. You got Minuet.
Oh, yes.
I remember
Okay,
the
that's
first time
from the... Yeah.
I remember the first time I experienced that word, I believe, was Minuet of the Forest. From Ocarina of Time.
Oh, yeah. No, probably. Probably same, actually. Oh, yeah, man, I love Nuki. Sorry, I keep getting distracted by chat. I suppose that's a good use of time anyway.
And
But-
oh, Green Caps, that's very, very kind of you. Thank you so much. Yeah, we'll keep putting them out. And also, we plan to go back and do Shadowbringers and all the others, so hopefully
Yes.
those will be just as enjoyable. But I seriously thank you for the kind words. It's very easy to do these in a vacuum, and I have a wonderful time working on them with Niniri. But you know, you never know if you're just kind of talking out into the ether or not. So thank you.
Yeah, no, that's definitely true. No, we're actually talking exclusively to our audience of Dusk White role players.
You gotta stop baiting them, Niniri.
I love a fight.
Alec Guinness or Ewan McGregor Obi-Wan? I would say, I mean, to be fair, for what I'm talking about, technically Alec Guinness. But to be fair, I think Ewan McGregor does an astronomically good job of playing what a young Alec Guinness Obi-Wan would be like. So
Yeah,
I don't
think
even know that I would distinguish them that much. Although I would say that Oren, as a young man, was definitely not as playful. But definitely, I mean, like, I don't know. There's a similar energy with the way that they're both irascible.
But narratively, the role he plays is definitely the Alec Guinness one.
Yes, very much so. Yeah, oh, now I want Noki. Oh, I should go to... Oh, after this, I should go to Olive Garden.
I want some gnocchi. There's a place not far from me. I mean, it would be closed obviously now, but that does like a truffle gnocchi. Oh my god,
Hey.
I could go for that shit.
I just want to appreciate this again. So not only could you, I guess that there was the thing on the side because they can see it on the mini-map as a hint, but there's a crack in this wall.
This
Like, the
would
fact that
not
I
have
didn't notice it
happened
before...
in like 1 or 2.
Right. The fact that I didn't notice it was purely on me, and I feel like it was on me, and that's a good feeling, right? Like, when the game clearly, like, will have the hints if you're paying attention.
Oh, Lawbringers.
Lorebringers.
Yeah.
We named all of them. I think we had Lorebringers, what it was, a Lore Reborn, Lore Word, Lore Storm, something like this, something like something like Storm Lore. So I remember we talked about this like when we were on like episode 2 a year ago.
Yeah,
It's going to be really hard in
talk
7.
about
Yeah, it's going to be really hard in 7.0 when they don't have much. They don't have such an easy title as End Talkers for their podcast. I mean, we can definitely play with that. That's fun. Coming up with the names is fun.
Yeah, it's pretty fun.
Bit of a tip if you're playing a job you haven't played in a while, run low-level duty supports. Yes. Was someone talking about that?
Yeah, that's useful. You don't want to go too low though.
Yeah.
Because
Because you want to understand your actual kit.
Yeah, you need to be able to know your kit. Maybe do like Wondrous Palace or something.
Storm of lore, born from lore of our fallen plotlines.
Well, I was thinking for ARR we could do a lore revisited or something.
Yeah.
Might be a bit too long, but we could think of that.
A lore reborn, you know.
Yeah, a lore reborn works. Oh my God,
I remember
love
when the first episode of this. Listen to the Talkers and Lore Talks pretty regularly. Aw, I had the mock episode on the website. I was falling asleep. Demins is someone who falls asleep to other like content, like people like Vadi Vidya and stuff. That is like one of the highest honors you could possibly give me. And
yeah,
I'm sure Niniri feels the same.
I do. I fell asleep to a Nuzlocke the other day.
Unless you're playing healer, duty support isn't good for training healers. Yeah, I find that it depends, right? It depends on like what works for you. For me, the best thing for me is I just go run a 90 dungeon on the job. I look up what the rotation is. I basically am like, okay, I've got the fundamentals, and then I go do it. And usually the baseline I have, and then it's just about getting it better and better. I also don't play DPS very often though, so I don't have to worry about it. It's pretty much all tanks and sometimes healing.
That shortcut was so cool.
Yeah, that it was an option there, that
Yeah.
you could skip it or you could notice it.
Black Mage might
You're
not
so
be
awesome.
good
You just,
to scale down to.
dude, if our voices are relaxing enough, you know, that like, and the knowledge like we're putting up, it's like kind of cool if you notice it, you know, listen to it's kind of cool, but also it's like helpful to like in comforting fall asleep. I don't know. I think that provides value, right? If the value we're providing is lore, that's awesome. If the value we're providing is comfort, that's awesome. I hold no umbrage, and yeah, I know you're just teasing, but I just to be very emphatic. You sure love getting hit a lot.
You have fun waking
it.
up and watching me Pepe Sylvia about Scala and shit. I don't know.
I have to wonder if someone on this place was a fan of gold, like gold member, smoking a pancake, bonging a blintz. Oh, you know what? Okay, yes, I can do that. AC. Well, that's Black Mage might be another class that's not good to scale down. Yeah, from what I hear, it changes every 10 levels. That is definitely true.
I would say give this guy the gold member voice. He looks pretty gold.
That's what I was about to say. Sure, you think I'm gonna give up my castle over my dead body? Smoking a pancake? Gold in a blintz? Gold door. Y'all can't fuck.
Yeah, if he's using mostly physical attacks and we manage to land our draw hits, we're gonna be on a roll here.
I mean, frankly, even if he's using magic, we just toss a potion every now and then. Oh, no.
Uh-oh. Hold on. Let me take a look at Goldor. Oh shit, he's resistant to magic.
I love gold! How did I miss an item? Okay, so not using any magic. Okay, just everything's fucked.
Uh-oh.
Can I flee? I'm just gonna see if I can flee real quick. Nope.
Crap. How much health does he have? How long is it gonna take us? Let me have a look. We're doing about 200 with Elio. He has got...
Yeah.
We're on the NES version, aren't we? 2,250. Okay, that's not too bad. I mean, it's not good, but it's not too bad.
I am running out of healing items too,
Oh.
though.
The 13 trilogy. Yeah, we've both played the 13 trilogy. Type
I love
0,
to.
I've not played.
Type 0 is... I should give it a second chance, but my impression of Type 0 the first time through is it's garbage. It is basically what I hate about... all the things I hate about anime put into a game that takes itself very seriously with a really good central conceit that is played very melodramatically rather than dramatically.
I love that.
That was my impression. My very overly harsh impression of it.
No, I like that. I'm feeling it.
Because wiki diving the lore of these games, ever playing them is an experience. Yeah, I'm not surprised. 13, The first 13 game has a lot of pacing problems, but I actually think as a heart of silver at its core.
I like the first 13 game.
Yeah, I'm actually quite a big fan. It also has a great OST. 13-2 basically solves all the problems of 13 and is a phenomenal game. And Lightning Returns is a mess. It's just a mess.
Yeah, it is.
It's if you enjoy it for the gameplay, awesome. If you enjoy it for the story, awesome. I personally think it is a mess and a terrible follow-up to 13-2.
Oh, I don't like that you blinded us.
And of course, freaking I get blinded.
I don't think all the Nova Crystallis games suck. I mean,
no.
I mean, 15 is kind of a Nova Crystallis game. It was gonna be.
It is. Well, so 13 doesn't suck. 13 is good, deeply flawed. 13-2 is really, really good. Lightning Returns is kind of garbo. 15 is deeply flawed and missing major aspects of its plot, but the problem is it's like kind of like 13 in the same way that it's flawed, although almost in some ways worse, but it has really good highs. It has really, really good highs.
The parts of the game, I think this is a different kind of flaw than 13, to be honest, but there are parts of 15 that are like, you know, if you just pandered to this, it would be like an all-time favorite of many people, so...
My thing is that if 15 just wasn't missing like a third of its plot and its characterization wasn't all over the place and it didn't have like what is now, as far as I'm concerned, the most perfect example of fridging in all of fiction, I think I would be a lot, because like 15 has some great highs and some good characters, but it does not give it its space. That it doesn't give it the space that it should to it gives space when it should be concise, and it makes things concise when there should be space. A lot of times.
How? Yeah. No, it's the idea to gate so much of its content behind like a not very good anime, and various other things. They're strange.
15's transmedia thing is bullshit. 15's transmedia thing is awful. Like, it deals with transmedia in, like, the worst way possible, which is, like, what if we made major character motivations locked behind movies, animes, all sorts of things. Sorry, I have strong feelings about this.
Yes, I know you do.
Yeah. No, it's pretty accurate read on Type 0. Yeah.
So, Dest says 13, Lightning Returns might be the worst Final Fantasy to start with. Yeah. It might be. Yeah, it might be. I'm trying to think what else could be, but I'm not sure.
I mean, it depends. Are we talking about mainline? Like, do we have to assume mainline? Because if so, then yeah.
Yeah, I think we have to do mainline and yeah. Well, yeah, mainline and like mainline tie-ins. So like, you wouldn't do Crystal Chronicles, but you could do like Crisis Core. And again, Dirge of Cerberus.
Yeah,
yeah. Testament for worst.
I like Dirge of Cerberus. The thing is, I don't think Dirge of Cerberus.
But does it work?
I don't think Dirge of Cerberus is the. It works enough because you understand Vincent's story.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
You know, because as long as you understand Vincent's story. Oh, our first death. Luckily, we did a quick save.
Yes. Okay, so we just need to change up our classes here, I guess.
To not be the absolute worst combo possible?
Yes.
Dez, good to see you. Glad to have you. It's kind of neat on the second playthrough with the alternate missions you can do in wider context of the NC games, but yeah, it's cringe. Yeah, Green Caps, I like, again, even with all my strong dislike of Type 0, I don't think it's devoid of any good ideas or good things going on in it, but yeah. 15 had great character designs and clothes, and some great characters. I will defend it has many great characters. It just doesn't, you always use them well. 15 is fine, just needs way more quiet time with the boys talking instead of the overworld quips we got. Honestly, I don't know that I would say that's true, because I would say that there's major, like, for instance, the Empire as an enemy doesn't necessarily make sense, and then by the time you get to them as a threat, it's like, wait, they're not the main threat. It feels like it's not clear who the main threat is, and it's constantly subverted. Also, you have multiple characters whose reasonings, justifications, and plans are not meaningfully conveyed, or will just hop in and hop out of the narrative. It desperately, as a game, needed a second open world, not because it needed more things to do, but because, like, it needed a transition point to a second half of the game, but instead it goes from completely open world to linear for half. And just, it's very
I think that
all over the place.
I think that both are true. I think it needs that, and I also think it needs more quiet time with the boys, because I think that's what a lot of people went to it for.
But I guess here's what I would say about the quiet time with the boys. I think it would be so much better for it, but I think the game could work even if you didn't add it.
It could.
Whereas, like, for me, at least for my experience of the game didn't work because of the things that it was missing. Because I was genuinely like paying attention very deeply and looking at everything, and still very confused. And the game, especially, I played at launch before the Royal version and with all the DLCs, and there are just major things that are just not explained, just straight up.
The DLCs are sort of they don't fix the game, but they do a lot for the game.
Yeah. Okay, we definitely need Viking. Okay, we don't want Black Mage, but we do want our White Mage back.
Oh yeah, Infinite D's. I like how playful Yoshida is with potential tie-ins between 14 and 16.
Yes,
I do like how he plays around with it.
If anyone hasn't seen that, you definitely should go look at the Yoshi P asking the director of Final Fantasy 16 to be able to do a crossover. It's very, very funny. And then...
Yeah, the road trip, I mean, I don't think the road trip aspect of the game can necessarily be preserved all the way to the end anyway. I mean, in certain regards, yeah. But
I think you can get rid of that. But like that, the thing is that you could have easily had a second part of the game in Niflheim, expanding its context, making the Empire actually like an entity, and then also keeping some parts of the game somehow. But like, yeah, I'm fine with the road trip part going away at even like for a third of the game.
You can send it away,
but it just feels like
but keep sort of.
It's such a jarring shift.
Yeah. Like keep the character. I mean, the character dynamics don't necessarily go away, but you know, you can enforce that same kind of feeling without actually having a road trip.
Yeah, Green Caps. I love Ignis. So like that's the thing is like to me, for the most part, anything with the bros it typically is wildly successful. Before it, Prompto's background is explained in a DLC, it did not work when you got to that point. Like, dude, everything in Niflheim just did not work for me as a player because I was just like, okay, we're just like jumping to things happening with. Well, this is Final Fantasy 3, not Final Fantasy 15. Oh yeah, let's make you back to Red Mage V, because then we can just put you. Okay, nope, don't have any equipment.
Oh crap. Maybe we just put black belts on or whatever, and then they just punch to death.
We'll try it.
Yeah, the development hell of 15 is definitely profound.
Oh yeah, I can understand why it happened. I'm talking in a vacuum, looking at the problems with 15, but I understand why we got the product we did.
Yes.
Yeah. Because 15 just had such a long development. Yeah, and it started over again multiple times. Like, there are, if not justifiable, understandable reasons why we got where we are, right?
Oh yeah, definitely.
But yeah. Oh, also, I love Lightning Returns because of its story being a goddamn mess. It's so silly that it's funny to me. Though I also think Lightning is weirdly at her strongest in the game when it comes to characterization. I don't think you're entirely wrong. I do think it goes to more efforts to do that with her. I think the only other time it's probably as strong and of better quality is the DLC for 2. My problem is that Lightning Returns is so silly and such a clusterfuck as a follow-up to the story of 13-2, which is so wonderful and ends the way it does.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
What do you mean you don't have any? Okay. We're just gonna give you an elixir. How does boost work?
That's a good question. Let me have a look.
Yeah, exactly, Green Caps. Yep. I've come up with a new recipe. I literally have not played 15 since like 2016, like the month it came out. So also, all these takes are existing in a world where I have not played this game for what, 7 years or so? Jesus Christ, has it been that long? But that line is still ever seared into my brain.
Okay, so don't use boost 3 times in a row, but you can use it 2 times in a row, and it triples damage.
Nice. Okay.
if you use it in 3 times in a row, it hurts you. Oh, I read the first chapter of the new JoJo part the other day.
Yeah,
it was pretty good.
Was
one of the main characters is a trans character, which is nice.
I will still to this day. I don't I don't know. It's part 6. Which one is the one where like they all are like wonderfully effeminate?
Most.
I mean, I'm trying to remember, but
that might be Vento or Rio. That might be the Italian one.
I think yes. I think that's it. I remember my friend did a panel. Like this is like 15 years ago at like a convention, just explaining like. Just like to a very like audience of standard dude males, like geek males but dude males, like how many of these characters do you think are women? And no one got it right. It just made me laugh so much, just because like, I love JoJo.
Yeah, oh man, I love JoJo as well.
How does kick work exactly?
Good question. They didn't list it on the wiki, but I'm sure I can find it. Pretty well. Black belt.
I guess 15 just had such a long... Yeah, the way work was thrown out the way. Yeah, definitely, Daniel. Des, I love the road trip aspect. Yeah, we got that. Insert Kenny Loggins playing with the boys.
Why isn't it this on the wiki? Kick is... Okay, it takes mana. Wait.
Dynamic entry! Dynamic entry!
Kick is deadass not listed anywhere on the wiki for 3. Like, anywhere.
I guess they just think that, like, well, we don't have to explain it. You're kicking.
Yeah, well, that's true. We do be kicking. Oh, I don't know. Cooked noodles are pretty appetizing anyway. Like add an egg to that shit, some meat.
I love instant ramen. I'm a weirdo.
Yeah, me too. I love, like, Korean instant ramen. That's the nationality I go for.
I like that to spice it up every now and then by getting something a little like that, but I found that sometimes I'll get headaches or like stomach cramps or something from that. So like I just go with the most basic ass bitch Maruchan chicken, and like that's all I need.
That's fair. Sometimes you can't beat like a chicken broth in general, like a bone broth as well. Like if you go for like a beef bone. Oh, I'm not allowed to eat beef anymore.
Oh no. You made choices.
I did. I recently discovered that pepperoni contains beef, and I was like, no!
What do you mean you recently discovered that pepperoni...
Sausages are made of pork.
Yes, but they're... Okay, yep.
No, all sausages are ontologically pork.
That 100%. No questions. Completely and purely. At all times. Just like you. The visual fidelity of food in 15 should be illegal. Dude, just wait. Somehow they're going to make the food in 16 look like that, too. I mean, you've seen some of the patches. Look, you've seen... Yeah, I was about to say, you've seen some of the patches in 14 lately that they've done with food. Like...
the repairing of the grapes.
Dude, no. Neri, have you played 6.3 yet?
In part. I didn't manage to get all the way through it. Which I
Did
realized
you get
terrible.
through... I mean, I expected from you. Did you play the part in 6.3, though? Like, the part where you go to Garlemald?
No, I have not.
There is a scene you need to see. They introduced, like... There is a bun with tear physics and filling.
Oh my god. Does Graham...
Yeah, you know... I can't say anything, but you know how the pouring of water flex that they did in Shadowbringers?
Yeah, oh my god.
They super upped their game, let's just say.
Oh my god, the sweating physics. Man, I love meat buns. Give me like a bow any day.
Oh yeah? Okay, so maybe I'm in the wrong then, B. Seems like most people are actually on your side. That most people weren't aware of that. I guess I'm just too used to working in food.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense. It does have like a beef vibe to it, I guess, now that I think about it. But like, is chorizo not pork?
Entire budget. I saw it before you retracted it, Infinite. I appreciate you retracting it, but like, yeah, it definitely did feel like that.
No, chorizo is pork. Okay.
Yeah, primarily.
Don't say primarily.
I have to buy turkey pepperoni because of my stomach, but it can be hard to find. Yeah. Well, hey, maybe, you know, replacements for... Oh, hey, we got our boss. Replacements are ever getting better, so maybe you'll have a lot of mushroom-based or, you know, any number of mace... Chorizo is a mixture. It's beef here. So
oh, god damn it. I love chorizo.
No, now I'm at my crystal. I'll smash it before I hand it over. Ha ha! The crystal, it's a metaphor for my penis. The crystal broke into a million pieces. Not the crystal. How could you? Now it will be yours. Now it will never be yours. And I'm dead.
Oh.
Goldor dropped the key to unlock the chains around the ship, but as soon as you grasped it, you disappeared.
What?
The curse is lifted and the airship can be flown once more.
You're doing so much better, guys. But like, you could have like set that up that he was the one who chained up the ship better.
Just a little bit. Our ship is unchained, but the crystal is gone. What do we do now? Like, literally just have him, like, come to the village at the start or something.
Yeah.
Chain up our ship. Or, like, someone say, like, the bastard Goldor chained up your ship while you were asleep the past 3 days.
Or make this chain gold. So
or making... that would have been so smart. Making the chain gold.
Right. What I will say
Dude,
is
kicks all of them?
Oh, okay, it's AoE. Pretty strong. They are. Oh wow.
Okay, so... I think we're just making everyone a monk now, or a black belt.
They are super low defense, I guess, though. But then again, what does it matter, really?
Yeah.
What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, I will say one of the reasons that I felt so confident cutting off beef is that, like Impossible beef is really good now. Like,
yeah, it's getting better.
yeah, it's starting to get to the point where I'm struggling to tell the difference. Not like you couldn't. It's not gonna replace steak, right? Ever probably, but
right. But it worked in like a burger and stuff like that.
Yeah,
it's getting there.
I had like a samosa with it in, and it was really good.
My samosa, that would be a great place. I never even considered that. That would be an awesome place to put that.
Right.
I usually get like chickpea samosas, so
I like chickpea samosas, yeah.
But my problem is for some reason, right now they give me headaches when I eat Impossible stuff, and I don't know if it's like because my body's expecting one thing and gets another or what. But like taste wise, I'm fine. Like I'm down for it, but like I'll get a headache like an hour later.
Huh. Oh, that's strange.
Yeah, and it makes me sad because I would love to be able to convert over just to it full time.
Right. I do also like tofu. Like, obviously living in Southeast Asia, and especially an East Asian inspired one. Yeah, like tofu is just so convenient here. And fish.
Like, I feel... Yeah. Oh, dude, I love fish and I love tofu. I feel like not loving tofu in, like, Southeast Asia is like not liking potatoes here.
Yeah, it is, yeah. The only thing that would be worse would be, like, not eating rice, I guess.
Yeah, oh my god. That would fuck you up.
Yeah. We did have family members come over, and they're, like, very British, and they're not really my kind of people, per se, but they were, you know, their family, so whatever.
How very British of you to say.
And they were like at the Hawker Center, which is like the open air like food courts here that like are everywhere, and they're all run by like old people. And it's really really good food for extremely cheap. And they were like, I want a burger, and I was like, fuck you.
You're gonna eat what we have here, and you're gonna like it.
Yeah, God damn it.
Yeah, new quest, find all 1 million pieces, definitely infinite. Rachel, good to see, glad to have you. I still need to try the Impossible Burger at Burger King. It's good. Like, here's the thing. It tastes a little different, but it really doesn't taste, like, worse. I would say, like, the problem, like, you may, like, prepare yourself a little bit for, it's not going to taste identical, but it is very close.
Yeah, they do a really good job with it. Like, a shockingly good job with it, to be honest. Oh, man, Demins, that sucks. American politics is crazy.
Yeah, the Cattletown lobby is saying government super. Yeah. That's the big beef is a whole thing.
Well, listen, I like big beef as much as the next guy. I mean, like, I love to see big beef when I go down to the bathhouse, but That doesn't mean that he needs to lobby the government.
You know, sometimes people accuse me of being a little degenerate. They don't know. They don't know. I'm the straight man of this operation. I'm the one who keeps things together. Never change, Nineri. Never change. Or not liking seafood and living on the coast, yeah.
Yeah, man, like living in Southeast Asia, like Thailand, Malaysia, Singapore, Indonesia, like and not eating seafood, it would be really sad, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Degenerates all the way down. Listen, Bean, I know, I speak the language of the Lalafell. I know that every Lalafell player is a degenerate.
They may try to hide it to some degree.
Yeah,
but we all know what lies within.
You have like the Cartoon Network villain degenerates, and then you have like the sweet outside degenerates, but we're all degenerates.
Okay, let's get the ship is free. And so are we! And a fight, of course.
Mermaids! I like that we've gone full black belt.
But like, how could you not? I can boost their attack and they can kick melee physical the entire party. I mean, the only reason not to would be if like an enemy's immune to physical, right? But then we just switch back over to the other ones.
Yeah, they are really strong. Oh, we can go to the
we have a whole world to explore. Yeah, I mean, now we have a whole world to explore.
Yeah, it's an interest. I like the I'm liking this game. I'm really feeling it.
Well, and we get a whole world to explore right now, right as I feel like, okay, we've got these jobs, I'd love to level these jobs, I'd love to try all these different things. I feel like I want to explore, so it's a good feeling.
Are those geomancer
You know, rather than just... Maybe they're just sleepy.
Well...
Geomancers use the nature itself as a weapon. They unleash magical attacks to move terrain and pummel enemies. You called it.
This is very simple world building, but it's world building.
Mm-hmm. Why? Geomancy can be very difficult to master, you know, but if you use nature's fickleness to your adventure, you can deal a lot of damage. Greetings, fine traveler. Have you heard of the Dark Blade, forged from the Black of Night itself? Well, I'm on a quest to find it. Ho there, listen to this song of mine. Slumbering shadow beneath the lake bides his time for the day he wakes, and the chains of darkness he shall break, Lord of the Deep, Leviathan.
Okay.
That's not ominous.
So Des says, Lalafell's Hawaiian voted for catapults as the next leader of Uldar. Des, last time you gave the leaders of Uldar, who were Lalafell's catapults, they unleashed a zombie plague. So... Let's be careful giving Uldar catapults.
They're not wrong. Do I have anything to sell of value? Not really. I'll have to come back and get stuff later.
Mm.
Nice, Raven.
I like milkshakes.
Have a good day, lady. A whole new world. Did he has issued a takedown notice? Yeah. Oh, speaking of... Hey! Bells. I bet that's bells for a geomancer.
Yeah, it is, right? Wow, they give a lot of stuff.
Man, we're gonna have to do some... I'm gonna have to do some serious farming off stream to, like, get equipment.
Yeah, that might be... Yeah. Elio is long suffering,
For now,
bless him.
Oh, I enjoy it. It's not that... I'm like, I can just take that time. Like, if I need a break, I can do that for, like, 20 minutes or whatever.
Right.
The grinding is really not that bad.
No, it's not. Like,
especially because the autoplay function exists.
I always I always invent like narratives in my head while I'm doing grinding. I'm like, this is the lore of what's happening here. It's usually genocide.
Let's look at
what kind of milkshakes are we in the mood for? I would go for like
the one that brings all the boys to the yard.
Oh, good point. I had a pandan milkshake the other day that was crazy.
The hell is a pandan milkshake?
So pandan is a leaf that's very commonly used in food here. It's almost sort of like a sweeter, mellower, like fruitier coconut taste. What else would I like? I like a chocolate milkshake, like old reliable. Oh, I see that V is on the Sabriel campaign again.
Whoa, what about Sabriel? What?
So geomancers are secretly necromancers. Bells seem sus.
Seems sus. Yes. Oh man, it just a bandolier of 7 bells. Yeah.
Such a
Okay.
That was such a like defining and cool image. The bandolier of bells.
Yeah. Well, and also, but also the gates and like of death and the final gate and what it is and the world building in that is
it's really good.
So evocative in the right way.
I really love the stuff with Lyriel in the library. It really feels
yes,
so good.
I love like the beginning of Lyriel is so slow, and I love it.
Yeah, it's slow
it's
in like the perfect way.
And the thing is, like, you could start with meaningfully. You could just start with Lyriel instead of Sabriel and go into Abhorsen and be fine for the most part.
Well,
yeah,
so
I'm not surprised.
I went Sabriel. No, I went Lyriel, Sabriel, Abhorsen.
Oh, okay, interesting. But yeah, but I actually, yeah. And the thing is, I don't think that's a weakness. I think it's actually a better. I think it's a strength.
Yeah. Oh my
God.
God.
It makes it into one at the very least.
I hate mint. I actually don't like mint chocolate chip, and I don't like cookies and cream. Like I feel like cookies and cream is a bad.
Oh, we were so close. Mint chocolate chip is like fine, and I don't like it. But cookies and cream is me as a flavor.
Oh.
You've shown your disgust for me.
I like Oreos. I don't like cookies and cream flavored things.
Do you have weird cookies and cream flavor where you are?
No, like I've
had
had
cookies
UK and here as well.
I'm sad. Is it too sweet? Like what is it?
It's like cloyingly sweet but bland at the same time.
You just described exactly, I think, why I might like it. Because you're right. That's absolutely not an unfair take. I don't super love milkshakes because they melt too fast. Yeah.
Nino doesn't like Elia's flavor. I like Elia's flavor. No.
Please don't clip that out of context.
Or do. My favorite ice cream flavor that I ever had is cereal milk. Actually, that was crazy good.
That's a choice.
It was really nice.
I mean, I believe you. I believe that. I've never liked like cereal milk like afterwards. I've always had to either give it to someone or pour it because I just like can't.
Okay, fair enough.
Cookie dough, anything with caramel, like turtles, so good. Yeah. Of course, today's the day you just hide the clip button from me.
Oh, Jolie. Oh, Bean.
Sloppy.
Sloppy.
If dandruff is just dead skin, could a necromancer make a golem out of dandruff? I guess it depends. Is necromancy? It depends on the necromancy, right? Is it rooted in the manipulation of corporeal matter that is absent of life?
So what
or
I
is
will
it
say
like
the Locked Tomb series of books that I read, and I would like
yes.
up with. You could do it in that. Like, there's this character who is noted for being like really proficient in bone necromancy, and she can do things like throw a single knuckle bone in and make like 18 skeletons out of it.
Nice. Yeah, I feel like it depends if your necromancy is defined as like the reanimation of corporeal matter devoid of soul or whatever, or if it's something else. Like, because then you go from there.
Yeah. We could do a stream quote book test, Tim.
Wait, what did that? What?
They want to start a quote book of the shit we say on stream.
Oh my god. That'd be something. Dude, Culver's stuff is better than Dairy Queen stuff most of the time. Every now and then I'm feeling like a dilly bar or something, but yeah, Culver's is good shit.
All I know about Dairy Queen is that they hold the thing upside down.
All you know about Dairy Supreme. Oh, you could be, guys. It's still on my note apps. Okay, we can definitely make that. My problem is we already have so many channels that I feel like people get confused where stuff is. Like we've had some people like comment spoilers and lore instead of an Endwalker spoilers, and I'm worried about adding more channels that are overwhelm people. But I mean, we could do it. We can just go ahead and make it.
We could pin it in
do you have
or something, maybe.
Yeah, maybe we can make a thread there.
Oh yeah, we can do threads, can't we?
Neri, there's a question for you.
Oh, where do we get our ice cream? To be honest, there's not like like ice cream restaurants aren't so commonly a thing. Like you just get it from the supermarket in the UK. Like you can go to ice cream parlors in the cities and stuff, but it's nowhere near as common a thing. In Singapore, the ice cream parlors are a bit more common, but they're usually like independent.
Man, I miss Konbini.
Oh my
do you have,
god!
Like, what are
Yeah, we do have like kind of conveni in that we have like 7-Elevens that aren't as good as Japanese 7-Elevens, but like are a step just below it.
Yeah, but like Japanese Konbini.
We don't have like a proper like Konbini. No, we don't. There are some things that come close, but there's nothing that hits quite as hard as a Konbini.
Oh. I need some Konbini curry and like tonkatsu right now.
Yeah, like at 3 a.m. just sat there.
Oh, don't even set like it's bad enough to want it at like 1:30 in the afternoon, but to want it at 3 a.m. is just it breaks my heart. For those of you who don't know what Konbini is, Konbini are literally just convenience stores. They're like gas stations in America, like like a 7-Eleven, but their selection of food and what they have is and quality is a step up.
It's like a gas station that's been blessed by the gods.
Yes, but it has all the it's still as trashy as you want it, but just really high quality rather than just being fake high quality hoity-toity. It's like it's still that kind of stuff, but it's so
I want curry as well, Bean. I could go for like a golden curry really hard right now.
Golden curry's the best. My favorite thing to make for guests is I make rice, homemade tonkatsu, and then I make a gold curry with potato, carrot, and onion.
Yeah, that's the ideal meal. It's definitely tonkatsu, like a really crispy tonkatsu with golden curry and rice. Oh my god.
Yeah. And if people are feeling it, I'll make some mirin glazed salmon too.
Okay.
With glass noodles, because that stuff's good.
See, my favorite side dish with that with the curry and the tonkatsu is like a sweet potato like fritter fried thing.
Oh yeah, definitely. Oh, hear the summons. Okay.
Japanese pizza is weird. Yeah, I mean, I guess Japanese pizza is kind of weird.
Japanese pizza isn't just kind of weird, Neri, my friend. Japanese pizza is.
You call it weird. I say I do want an okonomiyaki pizza, and I do want it now.
Okay, but what if you just hear me out? Just got okonomiyaki instead.
Okay, I'll take that. I had an okonomiyaki. Oh yeah,
see,
I told you about the okonomiyaki bagel, didn't I?
Yes, I remember talking about that. Yep.
I'll eat okonomiyaki in any context.
Okonomiyaki's so good, especially because you can just make okonomiyaki out of like almost anything.
Yeah, basically, as long as you have like the sauce, the okonomiyaki sauce, which isn't that hard to get or make.
Yeah. I mean, and some flour, basically.
Yeah, and you can't use normal mayo. You need QP.
Yeah. Simon, good to see you. Glad to have you. Korean pizza is also weird. Yeah, there's a place near me and they put corn. Yeah, that's the problem. That is the fundamental problem I have with that. Okay, that is, if I had to boil it down to one thing, it's stop putting corn on everything. God damn it, Japanese pizza. Even when you're good, you ruin it with corn.
Gokatsu, the covering bean is essential for the curry, I feel. And you're gonna want some potatoes in there.
I love, dude, emote, like, potatoes in gold curries. It's like, you can go without almost anything in there other than the potatoes. That's the one thing that I'm like, I can't.
Yeah, you need it in there. So corn they don't put it on, like, all sorts of pizzas. I mean, they do put it on, like, several types of pizzas, but it's not as ubiquitous on pizza here. But, so I went to, when I first moved here, they always do, like, special ice creams and stuff at McDonald's. And they did. And I woke up and they've got corn ice cream, and I was like, "Wow, that sounds nice. It must be like sweet corn." No, it must be like popcorn. I was like, "Wow, that'll be delicious." It wasn't. It was sweet corn, and it tasted exactly like sweet corn. And I was like, "This is hell. You have unleashed a nightmare upon me, and you have ruined my house."
Have you all seen Little Caesars pizza with corn cob as the crust? I have not, but also
horrible.
I adore Little Caesars. But that sounds awful. Okay, wait. Little Caesars.
That sounds a little too much. Like, I like corn on the cob, but
I love corn on the cob, but don't put it on my pizza.
I like elotes.
This isn't real, right? Like, this is just a meme.
I'm looking at it now.
This was 1 day ago they released this.
Oh my god,
This was...
No, that can't be real.
No, this is a joke. It has to be, because part of the thing says it also has, with a 2-liter of liquefied butter. This can't be real.
Put it. It's got to be a joke, because you can't even join it to the corn cob.
I'm pulling up for people to see.
And the pizza looks really bad as well.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's Little Caesars. It always looks bad, but it's still delicious.
Fair point. We don't have Little Caesars here.
Yeah, it's basically $5 pizza. It's really cheap pizza, but really, really good. I mean, it's not really, really good. It's so cheap, but for the cost of what it is, it's amazing. Like, the cost to quality ratio is incredibly good. The actual quality is ambiguous.
Okay, that is. Yeah, Lotte is right. Oh man. I will say that lack of access to beef has kind of hurt my Mexican food like love, but at the same time, I can have like pork or fish.
Okay, never read that part about the butter. Yeah. Getting ready for April Fools with the corn cob pizza. Yeah, definitely, Simon. Sounds like Star Fair thing from Iowa. Yeah, it does sound like a State Fair Iowa thing from Iowa.
Well, you know what they say about corn cobs? Country girls make do.
No, that was the first time I heard that.
Oh, really? You haven't seen the image?
And I definitely haven't seen the... There's an image?
Oh, I'm gonna have to get you the image. I can't send this in the...
Does it censor it?
In the no, I can send it to you. I just can't send it in the server.
What is the freaking that just made me think of the like yearbook quote, when the red rivers are flowing, take the mud road home. Is that it?
Okay, just go look at it, but don't show it on stream.
Yep, okay. I'm not showing that on stream, but let's just say city girls buy vibrators, country girls make do. And it's definitely an image. Definitely an image. We need to hear in the D-Gen disc. Have you guys heard of deep fried butter? I have not just heard of deep fried butter. I have borne witness to deep fried butter and had the chance to eat it, but I said I am better than this and did not.
Deep fried butter.
The one time in my life I'll do that. Oh yeah.
It sounds like it would kill me.
Sorcerer. It would. You know that quest in Nier where you eat the mackerel and you're like, it's like the fish's fish's guts congealed into your systems, and as your circuitry fried to an end,
yes,
the last thought was, that did taste good. That would be you with eating fried butter.
Oh man, like saba, like Japanese mackerel, so good also.
Oh, it is so good, yeah.
Oh, deep fried Oreos, they're actually okay, yeah.
They're fine. Like,
I was never a fan of like deep fried Mars bar, like the Scottish version.
No, I mean, like, the thing is here, especially at like state fairs, some state fairs in the Midwest, you can just get anything deep fried. But like, I don't know, like, I love deep fried chicken, don't get me wrong. I love deep fried meats. But the lengths to which the Americans have gone is just, we took it too far. We were so busy asking if we didn't ask should.
Oh, I like deep fried ice cream. Deep fried ice cream's pretty good, actually.
How does that even work?
I don't know, but they managed to do it without melting the ice cream. I don't know how it works there.
Sea Dragon. The Enterprise is the only ship that can land in water. In other versions, sea monster found either on the... I'm trying not to... If we trigger a thing, we lose the ship, so I'm...
Oh, okay.
I mean, honestly, other than grinding, there's not much left to do. So I guess we can just go ahead and continue on. Cool. Unless, I mean, like, how much time you got left?
I can probably go for like another 20 minutes.
Well, why don't we just go ahead and like play it, like do some grinding, talk a little bit, and I'll explore the world, because we've got a lot of story stuff that comes up next.
Yeah, that works for me. Okay, so the way that deep fried ice cream works is that you freeze the ice cream like pitch like rock hard, and then
of course.
you like flash fry it so it doesn't have time to melt it. It's pretty good though, actually. Yeah. I've only had it like twice, but it was pretty good.
I could fuck with that. That I could fuck with. I do understand.
It's like vaguely refreshing at the same time, which like you need sometimes for fried foods.
Yeah, no, like that's why I could fuck with it, because it could be sweet but actually a little bit refreshing, whereas like just the like Oreo is just sweet on fried.
I just thought about Odin, and I want Odin.
Oh my god, Daniri, we're so hungry. At least I can go get food. You're kind of fucked, aren't you?
Yeah, I mean I can go downstairs. I have what do I even have downstairs? Oh, I don't know, something.
Oh, what did they tell you, Simon?
Fried Coke. How does that work? They have to like put Jello in it or something?
I assume you just freeze it the same way that you freeze.
Oh, but that sounds super lame. Fried Coke. Okay. Oh yeah, it's frozen and deep fried. I mean, I would definitely try it. I actually really like cola flavored stuff.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, like a cola flavored like candy or something like that. I quite like that.
How would you? I feel like we talked about this before, but I want to really quick. How would you describe Ramune's flavor? I would like Japanese Sprite, right? Is that?
Okay. San Pellegrino. No, sorry. No, what's that company that does LaCroix? LaCroix tries to make Sprite.
Oh, but you're not. I want to fight you with that because it sounds so terrible, but also you're not wrong.
I like Ramune though; it's so good.
Oh. Yeah, I love Ramune. Ramune's real good. Do they have bean paste desserts in Singapore, Naniri? Like red bean paste? They have to have Anko stuff, I'm sure, right?
So it's huge in China. So China has an enormous amount of red bean paste, mostly in like sesame balls and stuff, like fried sesame balls. So yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
And yeah, I like.
Dude, Anpan is the shit.
Yes, it is.
Have you ever had like fresh, like from a real good bakery Anpan?
No, I have not. No. Well, okay. I wouldn't say from a real good bakery, but I've had like relatively fresh from a decent bakery.
Okay. Yeah, but like fresh, real good Anpan is, it's something, man. It's kind of like one of those things though, where if you could be someone who didn't like bean paste, and then if you had like one of those, you'd come around on bean paste. Like that's how good it can be.
Bean paste really differs. Like often, like pre-made bean paste stuff gets really chalky.
Yeah.
But like properly made bean paste stuff is really nice. I really want to try that red bean paste soup thing that they make.
Ooh, that sounds interesting.
It's like a major part of like One Piece for a certain while. What is it?
Green bean paste pastry bites. I don't know what those are.
Oshiruko.
Also for FanFest, for those going to FanFest, there's this place called Hash House A Go-Go in Vegas that they got chicken and waffles dish, but the waffles have bacon in them. See, but at that point, I should just go to Waffle House, save the money, and have a better meal. And by better, I mean like demonstrably worse in quality, but better in enjoyment.
Yeah, I like chicken and waffles, like with some maple syrup on it. But at the same time, I feel kind of sinful while I eat it for some reason. So yeah, the soup that I was talking about, it's like a red bean soup with like mochi in it. And I've always really wanted to try it.
Infinite, I'm pretty sure people at this point, have deep fried everything that they can. I mean, I one time bore witness to a man trying to deep fry a tire.
Okay.
Like a car tire.
Was it inflated? Because that sounds extraordinarily dangerous.
Oh god, I didn't even think about it. When I saw him preparing to, it was. Oh no. No, it must have just had like the structure in it because of, like, being on the rim or something. I hope not.
Right? I mean, I like deep fried stuff, but sometimes it's too heavy for me. Like, if sometimes I'm gonna want like a light, like a tempura batter type thing.
Yeah. Oh, now I want to, dude. Okay, guys, do I go to for like my lunch dinner today? Do I go to get gnocchi from Olive Garden, do I go get sushi so I can get tempura? Or do I go somewhere where I can deep fry Oreos or something?
Oh, I think you go for the gnocchi. I love gnocchi. I had like a gnocchi that was like it was like a beet gnocchi. Like
the caveat is I did just have gnocchi like 2 weeks ago.
Oh, okay. Well, when did you last have sushi?
Time is an illusion and a flat circle, and I know I went to do it with my partners recently, but I don't remember how long ago that was.
Okay, I think go with the sushi then.
Yeah.
I have sushi most days, but like just because at my work, like you can get it pretty cheap.
Yeah, that's not a thing here.
It's nice. I mean, at the same time, I spoiled myself because I like every like once a year I take my family to like a Michelin-starred sushi restaurant and bankrupt myself. Mostly so that I can have an excuse to take myself there. And it kind
I love that the only way you can possibly excuse you going there is to pay for like 4 other people.
Yeah, exactly, right? And I'm also like, oh, it gets me goodwill, whatever. It celebrates birthdays or.
Oh, okay, yeah. You know, the intangible currency.
Exactly. And that sort of ruined a lot of sushi for me.
Yeah, that'll do it.
Yeah, not all sushi. Like you can still get decently priced sushi here. Like that's still good enough. But like on the lower end of stuff.
New donation goal after this deep fried stream. I mean, people have been saying they want a cooking stream, so I think our next goal will be a cooking stream. By the way, Naniri, your miniature is being created. Your mini.
We should deep fry nigiri.
Oh my god, let's. Well, actually,
that might be good.
I could fuck with that. Naniri's nigiri.
What fish would be best?
Yeah. Oh, salmon. I mean, it's always salmon.
But like a prawn nigiri.
No, why?
Because it would fry well.
Defend. Oh, okay, I take it back. You're right. Why? Well, here is my very cogent and good argument. Okay, I hadn't considered that.
No, Demins, do not deep fry the nigiri figure.
The only non-roll sushi I've ever tried was fatty tuna, which is okay. It was okay, but not as amazing as I would expect based on anime. Yeah, because no food is as good as anime depicts it. But also that's partly because Japan goes extra on food a lot of times, so you can find a lot of really good food places. What I would say is try salmon. Good salmon, like buttery salmon, is
I mean, like a really like a very high grade like fatty tuna that's been made by a good sushi chef will like knock your tits off.
It really will.
Like sushi is one of those things that scales enormously with skill of the chef, and especially with ingredients. So, which is why it's such a struggle, like in certain places to get it that's anywhere decent.
Have a good day, Rachel.
Oh, your paladin jacket came in the mail, Raven. That's nice.
Ooh. Now I want a paladin jacket.
Yes, that would suit you.
I need more 14 merch. I'm not a merch guy, but like 14 is the first time I've been like.
I'm looking at your image in the corner of the screen, and I'm seeing some merch. I realize half of that merch is self-made.
Yeah, I was about to say, like, a lot of that's self-made, and most of the rest is gifts because I don't buy stuff for me. So, like, is anything there bought that isn't self-made? There is nothing behind me that was bought by me that isn't self-made.
What about Encyclopedia Eorzean?
Except for that, but that's work.
Okay, yeah.
So that wasn't buying, which is different. Like, buying for merch. I mean, like, you could argue that, like, the Cactar Bank and stuff is merchandise and stuff, but, like, the Encyclopedia Eorzean are specifically work.
Yeah, that's fair.
Nice. I don't like fish or sushi would be so sushi would be out of the question. Yeah, I mean that would be a struggle.
Yeah, I mean I respect it, but I'm also very sad. And we all have tits, Daniel. Some of them are just flatter than others.
Life lessons here today with Naniri. It's like steaks. It's just really going to depend. V, that's actually a really good way of putting it. It is super like steaks.
Yeah, steaks.
Like the difference between
Steaks were one of the only other things that I would like go out and spend a lot of money on food-wise. Well, that's not true, but like a lot of money. obviously I'm not now, but like a really good steak, like a Japanese steakhouse steak. It's like really good.
Oh
so
man,
good.
that's next level. Dude, I will have to tell you, doing taxes for while running like a channel and what constitutes the like very blurry line between what constitutes something that should be tax written off and what shouldn't be is a very hard road to walk.
You should just hire 6 Jan.
So has everybody here heard about Tax Haven 3000? The Tax Heaven 3000?
Tax Heaven 3000. Is that a what's it? A manga?
No, about 2 days ago, someone released tax software that is a dating sim that will do your taxes while you do the dating sim.
Huh.
And it's definitely not a scam.
That sounds a lot. That sounds very scary, actually.
Yeah. And it asks for your social security number.
Well, I mean, it has to, right, to do your taxes.
Definitely, you should definitely look up Tax Heaven 3000, like, right now.
Wow. How, I mean, even if it did do your taxes, it probably wouldn't do very well.
Yeah, well, I feel like that's probably the least of your worries.
No, it is, but it's all part of the believability of who believes these things.
Yeah.
That's got to be a scam. That is absolutely zero chance. That's.
I like shellfish, but not fish.
Reporting on it without criticism.
Spreading it.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. Like, just everyone's spreading it around, not even taking a second to question, like, who is this? Who's running this? And what is their modus operandi? Yeah, maybe we should be keeper. Oh yeah, speaking of, don't forget to lick the like button. Actually, V, Bean, or Ray, if any of you guys are here, could we start getting like links to the Discord and all that good jazz as we start to do wrap ups?
Oh my god, it's the same company that made the Satan's shoes with Little Nas. And I think
if you enjoyed the stream and aren't a member of our Discord, why not come join us at https://discord.gg/Eorzean archives. Want to see Scantily Clad archivists? Well, we don't have those yet. But sign up for our Patreon anyways. It goes a long way towards supporting us. You get your name in the banner above my head as well as the end of videos. It's and also right now we are working constantly towards getting it so that Niniri can be full-time, which I don't know how much money that's actually going to require. Should probably figure that out at some point, but we would definitely love to get there.
We would.
Dang, already, Adley. Well, don't forget, Simon, you can always go back and watch the earlier parts. And a friendly reminder that if you're on the Discord or even if you're on here, we stream this every Thursday at 11 a.m. CST. And then Monday and Tuesday, we have streams that start at 3 p.m. CST.
Hell yeah, we do.
Raven, you could probably put that under either maybe not screenshots and art, probably under cosplay. They don't have Scantily Clad archivists yet, but that's what Drunk Stream donation goal is for. Hey, we're almost there. We're almost there. How far away are we? We're $15 away, basically.
Nice.
You know, $84. But so, and the next drunk stream will be us playing Disco Elysium, I believe.
Yeah.
Oh, fucking Niniri, V got us.
Oh,
Y'all made me hungry, so I had to what to write. So we're gonna have to plan that. Niniri, when are you gonna have a second to do that?
June.
June?
Wait, no, earlier than June. Hold on, let me have a look, okay?
Yeah, I was about to say it.
Yeah, no, June. I was thinking because that's the next time I have a big chunk of time off. Let me have a look. I should have time off in. I should have some time off in April. The 7th. No, I probably can't do the 7th. Oh, we could just do. We might be if we can shift around a Sunday stream or something. I could do any Sunday.
Yeah, we could definitely do a Sunday.
Yeah, okay, we could do any Sunday then. That's fine.
Okay, any Sunday work. Well, then it will probably not this Sunday, but maybe this Sunday. We'll give warning if so. But definitely one of the next Sundays coming up, probably within the next 3 weeks.
Yes.
But yeah. Thank you, Bean. Thank you, V. Thank you, Ray Ray, for all your hard work. And thank you guys all for being here. It's lovely hanging out with you. And my friend Naniri, always lovely hanging out with you as well.
It's been lovely to talk to y'all, and I'm hungry now.
So, to everyone who is now hungry, time to get food, including me. And then it is back to work. I hope you all have a wonderful day, and I will catch you next time as we continue our journey on Final Fantasy III. I have been Elio Forceron.
And I've been a Neri Neri.